burner, baby. Oh, we burn down the road. Yeah, I'm a wheel burner, baby. Oh, we burning down the road. I'm a wheel burner, baby. This life never gets old. Come on, wheel burners. Yeah, burn with me. Come on, wheel burners. Yeah, burn with me. Oh, take a ride now on the wheel burner express. Yeah, wheel burner express, baby.
Here we are. Well, here I am. I don't know where the hell all of you guys are. Oh, look at that. Those are some cold fingers. And all I did is walk from here, I don't know, 60 yards just to go to the bathroom. Jesus. Umberto, I'm answering your question right now. It is freaking cold. Minus 16 Celsius. So somebody Google that for the American folks so they know what 16 Celsius is. It's probably like 0 or something like that. I don't know. It's cold. It doesn't matter what it is. It's freaking cold. I'm back at right now. I'm back at the ATS yard in Stony Mountain, Manitoba. And it's actually kind of cool because their entire building is right in front of me. And they have these massive spotlights. So I don't have to worry about turning lights on inside the truck. I don't have to do anything. I got like great big, huge, massive spotlights glowing on me right now. I'm an hour behind my usual time. It's only 6 o'clock where I'm at right now. So, sorry, you know what? I'm just stretching this out. I should have had all this taken care of, but you know what? I didn't. So let's go right to the comments. See what's going on, and then we'll start talking about kind of what I'm doing, and let's find out what all you guys are doing. And I haven't been live in about a week or so, maybe a little more than that. So let's get this straight here. I'm already cockeyed and crooked, so I'm telling you. You people deserve better. You really do. This is such an amateur setup over here. You people deserve so much better than this. So let's start right at the top, and we're gonna burn right through these. No fucking around tonight. First in, my girl Dodie. How you doing, Edgewood? Hope you are well. Everything's looking good. I'm too tired. New Jersey kicked my ass today. Yeah, New Jersey's kicked my ass many a fucking night. Many a night, New Jersey's put a beating on me. Dodie saying hi to Dar. Of course, Dar's in the house. Plays on the freeway. How you doing, brother? Glad you are here. Saying hi to Dar. I'll make you on God. Don Schonger's in the house. Holy crap. Got them all in tonight. Way to be there. Thanks for coming in, Don. Good to see you, brother. Robin, that's not Manitoba time. What do you mean it's not Manitoba time? It's 6 o'clock in Manitoba right now. I don't know where you are in Manitoba, but I'm in Manitoba, and it's 6. You're only 2 hours from where I am, Jack, and I know it's not a different time zone over there. There's my boy. I actually read an email from you today. Sorry, Kev, I did not reply to it yet. I see that Dar's been, Dar was on it though. Dar took care of it. I won't say anything here, but I'm glad you guys are doing well and everything's working out for you. I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy for you. This is the choice that you guys have made, and the decision's final, and it's something you've already done, and you've put it in place, and you're running with it, and it's working. I'm happy for you guys. I really am. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever to feel bad that you just decided you didn't want a truck no more. Man, I wake up every second morning going, what the fuck am I doing out here sometimes? STT, Shannon Thomas Trucking. Good evening. Good Friday evening, everyone, from Chile, Oklahoma. Chile, Oklahoma City. Shannon, did you really just write that? Chile? Okay, Shannon's been timed out for the next 35 seconds. We're not reading any more of her comments. Chile, Oklahoma City. Everyone's saying hi to Shannon. Humberto, hey, Brian, how's the cold? Humberto, it is cold, dude. It is cold. Like freezing cold. Like nuts climb into your stomach and don't come back out. Like even if you get dressed and get warm, they still don't come out. They stay up there. That's how cold this is. Hi, Dar. Yeah, your ears are sore. What's up? WCF Invader, my man. What's up, my man? How's the road? What's ever so icy? Well, you know what? Let's burn through some of the comments, and I'll tell you a little bit of what I've been doing and what's going on up here. We've had a couple of twists and turns as to the situation and some of the conditions on the roads, but we'll get into some of that. So it's the same where I am, Robert. Hot seats in the house. How are you, sweetheart? Hope you're doing well tonight. You're safe. Everything's good. You're making some good money. Same in Alma and big snowstorm. Brian on the rocks. It doesn't matter how cold I get, still got to have Dr. Pepper. The good thing is, if you leave the case on the floor down there, because I don't usually run my floor heat, it stays a perfect temperature. Perfect. Don't need to do anything. Dar saying hi to Hot Seat. Stuart, a hobby trucker. Good evening, fella. How you doing, Stuart? Hope you're warm. Hope you're well. Thanks for popping in. Houdini's here. How you doing? Minus 16 Celsius. Minus 16 Celsius is 3.2. Let's just say 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Either way, boys and girls, that's cold. I don't know where you're from, but that's cold. Hope you're hanging in there. So far, Hot Seat, she's been a champ. I've only been gone a week, and she's accustomed to a week. Ask her that question again 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 7 weeks from now. We'll see how that goes. So far she's doing well. That's what she just said. Yeah, 3-4 weeks. TBT saying hi. Everybody's talking. Everybody's saying hi. Josh Rayburn's in the house. What's going on, Josh? How the hell are you, bro? Hope things are well. Karen, sorry. I got 2 comments. My screen just went did like this, and I got 2 comments. I didn't know which one to read first. Sorry, Karen. So Karen's here. How you doing? Ryan Peterson's in the house. 6 p.m. Houston, Texas. Nice. I wish I was in Houston, Texas right now with you, Ryan. Fuck, it's cold. Trucking with T-Bone. What's up, my frozen friend? Well, dude, we've made at least one pass on the partial roads. We haven't made it out onto the lakes yet, but like I said, there's been a couple little things going on here, so they are. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Like nipple popping cold. Figured leave it to Dar to talk about nipples. And right after the nipples comes the chicken hawk. There you go, boys. How you doing, Chicken Hawk? I hear you and Special K actually had to do a little extra work this week, again. Damn, life is rough, eh? You better slow down, son. You don't want to mileage out that beautiful truck of yours. You know, you're only supposed to be doing 2,500, 2,600 miles a week. None of this, 4,000 mile shit, No. You're working too hard, brother. You're working way too hard. Stuart, you might want to get some nipple chafe cream to her. She's got it, Stuart. She's already got it. That's probably why I don't have any kids. My nuts are in my body. Well, I've got 5 kids, and my nuts could fall off for all I care. Go truck yourself. Hey, brother, how's it going up there? Well, dude, it's let's start out with it's cold. Let's turn the heat down here. My truck is running right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I've had my bunk heater running all day, so I just had the batteries. The batteries are just charging. I should be able to at 6:15 I can shut it off. It'll have charged enough, and then I don't have to run it again until tomorrow. So it's cold as shit up here. Everyone's saying, hi, Stuart, part-time trucking, cold, huh? I'm off till May anyways, debating going back on the road, be safe. Well, if I was you and I was in your position and I had the option to stay off the road till May financially, do it. Part-time, do it. Just don't bother. Chris. Hey, Brian. Good to see you again. It's 0 Celsius here in Ottawa. 0. Well, subtract 16 from that, and that's where I'm at. Chad Wilson, hope you guys are having a good time. You know what? I'll tell you this. The people up here, the people that I've been working with, the crew that they've assembled are all really good guys. Okay? And they're all very experienced guys. Like highly experienced guys. There's nobody up here that's been trucking for, they just got out of truck driving school 2 weeks ago or a month ago or even a year ago or a couple of years ago. I think the guy that we've got with us, Sean, he's been trucking 6 years and he is the junior, right? He is the junior guy. He's got 6 years. Everybody else is probably close to 20 years plus. So it's actually nice to be sitting around with mostly guys my own age, and guys, my own, they come from the same background. They've been doing this a long time. So when you're sitting around the bar and you're talking about back in the day, we're not talking about, 2018 or 2015. We're talking about, back in the day type deals. So it's kind of nice. I'm actually enjoying this. And like I said, the crew that they put together up here are good guys, and they know that most of these guys up here, well, at least 10 of them up here, have done this year after year after year. So they're very experienced, and they know that I've never done this, and never once did anybody turn to me and go, "Hey, the new fucking guy," or blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey man, if you got any questions, ask. If you're having any problems, let me know. If there's any, this guy's, if I can help you in any way, if there's anything you can do here, anything you want to know, blah, 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 blah. Like they're just a fountain of information, and nobody makes you feel stupid so far. Nobody's made me feel dumb or stupid for asking a question because I've never done this before. And you know what? I want to know the answer, and they've been very good about it. So, yeah, Humberto wants to know if Robin actually slept. Probably not. Mrs. TBT, baby, how are you? I understand you've had a life-changing event, and you guys are doing well, and I am so happy for you guys, both of you. I really am. That's all I'm going to say. Anything else comes out of this, it's coming in from you guys, because I'm not saying anything. Lady Boomer, it's chilly 70. Fuck off, ladies. Lady Boomer, it's chilly 70 over here in the high desert of California. Damn, I don't know how you're surviving, Boomer. You're just scraping by, are you? Oh, hey, Mrs. TBT with a heart. Yeah, the love affair is not going to stop just because some things have changed. DeCurley Dak, 0 here and freezing rain. 0 here and freezing rain. I got to check something for a minute here. DeCurley Dak. DeCurley Dak. I'm just wondering if you're wrenched or not. I can't tell. I see a couple in here with no wrenches. We're going to go back and take care of that. Ryan Peterson. Oh, he's okay. It looks like Dar's taking care of that. Okay, Dar's got you guys all wrenches. Very well, very good. Stuart the Trobby Hucking. Wow, wow. Big dog, bulldog, $10. Next, Tim's on me. Stay warm, brother. Thank you. Luckily, from where I am, we can go because we're not going up onto the lakes yet. Okay, all we're doing is going from our location to a staging location. Now we do have to run some ice roads to get there, but we're not running any lakes or any of the other northern ice roads yet. So luckily, I'm back here every night. We go from here. It's a 585-mile rounder, and you can do it because we're on Canadian hours. So you go out and you come back. So we go out and then we're back here. So we've got for the rest of the week, like today, tomorrow, whatever. I'm gonna be running through the weekend and shit. But so we've got access to like Tim Hortons and shit like that, and restaurants, and all the boys actually tonight, just before we went on here. The whole crew, they all went, oh, we're going into town to the rib and the wing and rib joint. They're going to the fucking bar, right? And they're like, you coming? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go. I got something else to do. You guys have fun without me. But hey, big dog, I'll take your $10. That's a fair compensation. Pay me $10 for coffee and to sit here and talk to you, or go to the bar, and chances are I'll probably get in a fight. I'll stay here. It's a good time to stay here. Sorry, I saw Robert in here and I did not address. My apologies, Robert. I hate doing that. Robert is one of my favorite people here. Big Steel trucker. If anyone going north on I-75 just south of Toledo, Ohio, it is closed. About 190 at the 192 mile marker. Oversized load hit a bridge this morning. That would do it. Somebody's in big shit for that. Let me tell you that. Somebody is in some big shit for that. Either the truck driver pulling the load, the escort's pulling the load, or whoever routed that with the permits. One way or the other, someone's getting their ass kicked. The Big M Show, Biggie Mike Campbell's in the house. How we doing, brother? Hey, now, just coming up on a Montreal. Headed home. That's the way you want to be, buddy. That's the way you want to be. Hope we get you home. So Stuart, Karen, Polly Living. Well, there's one we haven't seen in a while. Spending time in North Bay this winter. Put flatbed in a new perspective. You're doing flat. Oh my God, you're doing flatbedding in North Bay. I don't know whether you're crazy, nuts, or you must just be bored. Jesus, girl. I can think of 100 other places I'd rather be flatbedding than North Bay, but if that's where you're going to do it, that's where you're going to do it. Snorlord, the part-time, oh, never mind. Snorlord, the metalhead Viking, caveman trucker. Here you go, bro. Thanks for popping in, Steve. Always a pleasure to see you. How cold is it? It's so cold when you pee outside, by the time it hits the ground, it's an iceberg. Your weenie shrinks and your nuts fall off. You know what, Edgewood? I'm uncomfortable talking about my nuts, my weenie, or my pee in front of you. So let's not discuss that. But you're right. At minus 24, we're actually going to do this tonight, because at some point tonight it's going to get down around probably close to about minus 25, minus 26. Have you seen them on TV where you take the glass of warm water and you just throw it up in the air as high as you can, and it turns to instant mist, frozen mist, and just floats? We're going to try that tonight. I'm going to try to record it. But it seems that anybody that could help me with it is buggered off to the bar, so I don't have any help right now, but I will do it later. Fast anchor. Must be nice and warm in the cab, brother. It is warm. Actually, I can shut this truck off now, so just give me a second here. L batteries are charged, and I can go back to running my APU for heat. That shouldn't be too loud. If you guys hear it and it's bugging you, let me know. I can turn it down. Usually on a standard day, I only have to keep it like 1 or 2 clicks and it keeps it nice and warm. But bearing that it's a little chilly here, I've got it cranked up a little high. We'll see how that goes. Josh Nichols, hey Santa, are you staying warm? Well, dude, I'm toasty right now. Let me put it this way. I'm comfortable right now. But you don't go outside, especially yesterday where we were. You don't go outside without, you know, your tips of your ears. You've got about 7 to 10 minutes with before, you know, when you've got the cold, before your ears. If you go out and without gloves or something, you've got about, you know, 10 minutes before you start losing feeling in it, and it's painful and it hurts. So yeah, it's a little cold. Nevada, hey man, thanks for stopping in, Kyle. Thanks for the message the other day. Appreciate the support and the encouragement. You guys are pretty good. I gotta say, I put out that video or whatever of us going out there, and right off the bat, like I was getting text messages from like Nevada, Sterling. I was getting a lot of you guys out there were throwing your support and sending text messages, and I just want you to know, guys, hey, I really appreciate that. It was that was pretty cool, and it's nice, you know. I'm going to do something I've never done, and you guys are like, hey, go get it done, go fucking do it, go dry it. So my pretend 2 years is coming. What the hell is a pretend 2 years? Do I want to know what that is? Your pretend 2 years. Wow. Hey, Brian, hope you're enjoying yourself and stay safe. Yeah, well, let me tell you. It's -14 in Elma. Do they tease you for driving a Cascadia? I imagine most hood trucks up there. DIY? Adam, you are not fucking kidding, dude. Let me tell you, okay? Parked beside me, W9. Beside it, T800. W9, T800. 389 Pete, Western Star, a couple of triaxle or tri-drive W9s, Western Star over here. Although I'm not getting it that bad because Jeremy showed up with a Volvo. So I took some serious heat. Jared took a Sean did okay because he showed up with a Kenworth. He's got a 660. But at least he's got the big Kenworth, and he's got a studio on it. So he took a little bit of ribbing, but yes, these are all for a lot of the stuff. A lot of the stuff I won't be doing. For example, the big, you know, the 120-pound lifts of that kind of equipment that's going up. Obviously, I'm not pulling that. The tri-drives are pulling that. The heavy spec trucks are doing that. They've brought guys like us up here for anything that you can put on a triaxle. So say up to 62, 63, 65,000 pounds. So I'm okay with my truck for pulling 63, 65,000 pounds. They do have the heavy spec stuff, but I guess let's say the short answer, Adam, to your short question that I made a long answer is yes. Yes, a lot of hood trucks up here, and yeah, they rode me like a, yes, I won't go there. We got a cold front coming in. It's going to be a frigid 67 in here in Florida. You know what? You can take the TR off that of truck yourself and put an F in there anytime you like, my friend. Northwest Quebec, Humberto, Nevada. I'll make you Nevada. Nevada, you don't need a wrench. Or you're saying other people's need wrenches? Snorlord is in the house. Yes, he is. He doesn't ever just sneak in, eh? He's booming. Anchor, what wrenches do is when we give you a wrench, it enables you to touch anybody else on that in your chat, and it allows you to go directly to their channel. So you don't have to go and look them up. It'll take you directly to their channel. So, for example, if you wanted to go look at Snorlord's channel, Snorlord has a really good channel. If you want to go look at Snorlord's channel, You just tap on his name and it'll take you there. And then you can browse through, check him out, subscribe, which I highly suggest you do. Same with DIY, his channel, excellent channel. Just tap on his name. Nevada, tap on his name. Shannon, tap on her name. Yeah. So now you know what they do. It's just a shortcut for you guys. It also makes you moderators on my channel, so that if a troll comes in, occasionally we get some shit going on. You guys can block trolls. You can block people and stuff like that. So that's kind of what that's about. Curtis decided to show up in the house. What's going on, Courtesy. Wheel burner in the land of the midnight sun. No, brother, it's not yet. No, I'm not that far north yet. He's probably running exempt, like how they do it in the oil. Okay, let's get to some of that. Okay, I know you guys have got some questions. So, okay, so first of all, I have not been able to get up onto the lakes. Okay, I've run loads from this yard here up into our staging areas. Red Lake, Pickle Lake, blah, 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 blah. That's not where the work, where we are actually going. Those are just staging areas where the equipment is going. And then from there, the equipment is going up to they're called junctions. Okay. And that's where our camps are going to be. Now, these junctions don't have names. They're just numbers. So we will be going to junction, for example, 54, junction 66, whatever. And the equipment goes up to there. And from there at the junction, and now the junction, for example, the staging area I was at yesterday, the junction from there is another 14 miles up the ice road. And then from there, the two facilities that I'll probably be supplying, the numbers, whatever they are one of them is 196 miles, like one way, right? So let's just round that up to 200 miles one way, and then it's 200 miles back. So it's a 400-mile rounder. Now that's the longest one. The other one is 226 miles on the rounder. So one of them you're going to go back out and back in a day. One you're going to go up, park, because you can't come halfway back, right? You have to start at one, go, stop, because you can't go halfway back. It's not like there's a truck stop on the ice road, right? So you will stop at that junction. You will spend the night there, and then you will come back in the morning, load another one, and so much and so forth like that. Now, one of the problems that we've had is that we just had a really warm snap. Okay, now the warm snap, the northern roads were all okay, and the ice was in good condition. They want 32 inches of ice underneath the trucks. And the 32 inches is to hold anything. You can put 125,000 pounds on 32 inches of ice. They would like it to get up to 36, and it is slowly happening. The problem they've had now is that they've had a couple of warm days. Now, you don't want warm days. You want as cold as possible. The colder the snow, the colder the ice, the better your traction is. The second you get into like just around the freezing point, the ice becomes slippery, right? You get any kind of moisture on it, it becomes slippery and you lose traction. And then, you're relying 100% on tuggers to get up small grades and shit like that. Now they've got tuggers and everything all in place up there, but they don't really want it. They don't want to line up of, 5 trucks that have just come off a lake, and they need a tugger, and it's going to take them 3 hours to get these trucks off the lake. So what they're waiting for is now they forecasted they've got really cold temperatures starting next week. So those roads will refreeze and be in the condition they want. They've got survey teams up there right now that are up there 24 hours right now, and all they're doing is monitoring the rice. I was about to say, monitoring the ice, doing depth with just tapping holes. That's all they're doing. They tap a hole, drill, tap a hole, drill, and they're measuring it. Now, the other thing that's going on is everywhere we're going up there is native land. Okay, we are crossing different reservations to get where we have to go. So, saying that, we need their cooperation. And then if for any reason whatsoever, and it doesn't take a lot to piss a chief off, if for any reason one of them just goes, nah, I don't think so, it will put the brakes on an entire operation. The entire operation comes to a screeching halt because we are not allowed to step 1 inch on reservation land unless we have permission. So we've kind of run into a bit of a snag where one of the reservations has decided that they want to alter something or change something, and in order to do that, you have to the leaders of the reservation, they deal with, believe it or not, the federal government of Canada. Like, this is the order, the pecking order it goes through, right? So the reservation, and then they deal with the federal government of Canada. So that would be the Ministry of what is it? Aboriginal Affairs. And then from there, they involve the Ministry of Transport. And then from there, they involve our company. So there's a committee, almost, I guarantee you, there's a committee at every level, right? A goddamn committee at every level of probably 10 people going, well, what do you think we should do about this now, Bob? I don't know. Let's ask Willie. Willie? No, fuck it. I didn't say Willie. We don't want Willie. We don't want Willie. Never mind. But you get my point here, right? So we've run into a small snag. Now they're saying it's a small snag. Now, what they consider a small snag, who freaking knows, right? But so we're waiting. The bottom line is right now we're waiting on the lakes to give us 100% thickness on the ice that we want. And for the most part, we've got that. The ice roads north of the lakes, they had the warm snap. They're hoping to have that all cleaned up, and not cleaned up because it's not like it was a mess. It's not like the roads melted and went bleh, right? Everything's still there. It's just soft. You can't drive on it. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're saying by starting Monday, we've got really, really cold weather coming in. If you can imagine it being any colder, but once, like yesterday, we were at minus 26, minus 27, minus 32. That's the weather that they want, and they want that sustained, right? I don't want to be out in that working in it, which I'm prepared for, and I'm equipped to deal with that kind of weather and work in it. I really don't want to, but I will. But that's what they want. They want sustained temperatures of minus 30. Minus 30. You get that through your head? Minus 30. That's like why don't we just move to where's that? The Arctic. Move up to the Arctic. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if a bloody penguin goes walking by. I really wouldn't. So let's just talk about the first trip. I'll give you a quick. I don't want to make this all about me. Oh, fucking course I do. But let's just talk about the first trip up. So hold on. So, first trip up on the ice road yesterday. So you run the Trans-Canada down to a certain road, then you start going north. You go up to Red Lake, take the 105 up, and then from Red Lake, that's the other thing. There's certain things I cannot, like when my videos, they've asked me to not do certain things, show certain things, certain names, certain locations. Like, once I get into the actual sites where we're delivering the components, I can film some, but I cannot show you directly what it is. That is a big no-no. I've been asked, and you know what? I am not going to argue with them. I will oblige them in anything that they want. They've asked. They're aware of my channel. One of the guys even knows of my channel, and he, I had a talk with him today. We sat down. I wanted to know what are the parameters of what I'm allowed to do, what am I allowed to shoot. We laid it all out. I think they're being very gracious. They're not asking me to do anything stupid or not show anything. I can show all of the driving anywhere I'm driving. If I'm driving on the ice road, I'm driving across the lake, I can show all of that. That's not a problem. All they've asked is that I don't really show like names or company names or like the equipment that we're moving has, you know, whatever on it, certain manufacturers, that I not do any of that. And I've agreed that I'm good with all of that. So that's where it's going to go. And there's nothing I can do about it. And I got no problem with it. So let's go. The first trip. So the first trip up yesterday, we came off the paved road. You go on to about 4 miles of gravel. And then the gravel road kind of goes off like this. And then the ice road that was constructed kind of goes off the end. We're going onto the ice road. Now, I wasn't on, you guys, I wasn't on a lake. I didn't cross any lakes. It was just a constructed ice road. So there was no like snap, crackle, and pop, and like you're on a lake or anything like that. But I will be honest with you, it is 100%. It is a 100% new experience for me. The load I had on my trailer, I had a triaxle flatbed. I wasn't loaded heavy, man. I had like 20 something thousand pounds on that. So I really didn't have a lot of weight. When they put the load on the trailer, I was asking them, like, to the front, boys, to the front, like, get it to the front. I don't give a fuck about the back of that trailer. You get it on those drive tires. So they were obliging me for that. So they did the best they could with that. So I got on the ice road. First thing you notice, now the ice road where we were, the speed limit is 55, 90 kilometers an hour. Okay. Which I thought was high. Now I didn't do 55. I'm not fucking crazy. Like the speed limit for that road is 55 miles an hour. I didn't do it. The guy that was in front of me, who'd been on this road a couple times this week already, knew that I hadn't been on it, Jer hadn't been on it, and Sean hadn't been on it. So he was good with us. And we cruised up the road 40, 45, and we were good. But I did notice that the road does, you know, there was bends, right? You're bending, you're twisting, you're all up and some ups, some downs and everything like that. You are really learning how to use your truck. If you're driving a manual truck, you are going to learn your shift patterns and your RPMs really well. When gearing down and at what times to gear down, at what RPMs to gear down. Like a lot of these hills with the ice roads, you don't gear down while your RPMs are at 1500, because you'll drop a gear, you punch it up to 1500, you'll take your foot off that clutch, and your wheels are going to go because there's no traction. So you will learn very quickly how to gear down your truck and at what RPMs you can do certain things at. Now, mind you, you also know better by the weight that you're carrying and how stuck to the road you are. I have an automated transmission. I didn't have as many problems, believe it or not, as a couple of the other guys. My transmission really actually did quite well up and down the roads. The problem that I had in the beginning was I didn't really want to fart around with the manual option of being able to manually drop my gears or grab gears or anything like that. So I farted around with just feathering the brake pedal, right? A little tap here, a little tap there, a little this, a little that. And it did okay. And then I found that from my truck, with the weight that I had and for what we were doing, the Jake setting in the Jake's in the lowest setting, perfect. I never had to touch my brakes once. When I knew that the turn was coming, because you can see, right? So you know the turn is coming. Take your foot out of it, let the Jake kick on. It brings you down to the speed you want to go around the bend. You stick to the road, everything is good. So there's some things that we are learning. Like I said, if you're driving a manual, you are going to get a really fast crash course in your truck, probably that you've never really had to do before. And by the time you're done, you're gonna know every RPM on that engine and on that transmission. I guarantee you. But so the first drive up, it was 2 hours and 40 minutes up on the ice, and it was good. It was good. A couple of times coming out of a couple of bends, I wanted to sort of like get a feel. So I came out of the turn, and I purposely stayed out of it and slowed down. I think I let my truck get down into fifth or sixth gear. And then once I straightened out and I was on flat ground, I popped it. I popped the accelerator to see if it would kick, if it would do. I was trying to learn the capabilities of what the truck and what the load and what the truck was going to do and what the road would handle. So I was just doing a little bit of experimenting. I was in no danger of hurting the truck or myself or the road. And I figured these are the perfect times to do it while we're learning. Jeremy was half a mile behind me, so he was in no danger. Andrew, the guy that was leading us, he was probably 3/4 mile ahead of me, so he was out of danger, and there was lots of room. So I was I was doing that all the way up as I was coming into turns, trying things, coming out of turns, trying things, and I was discovering that I was fishtailing pretty good. Right, I was fishtailing pretty good, and it wasn't the automated transmission, it's the tires I've got on the truck. Right, I've got Michelin highway tires on here. Right, I've got the XDN2s on here. Now there's another guy here. He runs the XDN2s as well, and he's been on this ice road for 6 years running, and that's what he runs, and that's what he does. And I guess they don't call him Crazy Bill for nothing, but he's Crazy Bill, and that's what he runs. My comfort level, I got all the way up there, no problem. Did some fishtail. Your traction control light comes on. Obviously know you're spinning your tires, right? So I got that. I got up there, got parked in the staging area. I was on level ground. There was nothing going on. Dropped the trailer, dropped my air, put my four-way lockers on, put the truck in gear, eased on out. She ain't going nowhere. That's stuck. That was the tires, right? Because Andrew went in before me and he parked right beside me on the same spot, did the exact same thing I did, and he just walked out. Mind you, he's got winter tires, right? Not the knobby winter tires. So Andrew gets out, turns it around, see the video with the tow hooks? You saw that? I've already used them. Twice. So Andrew pulls me out. Jer pulls in, backs in beside mine. Jer, before we left, very wisely put winters on. I was going to, but I was doing I don't know. You know what? I should have. I second guessed myself, and very rarely do I second guess myself. I should have done it, and I wanted to do it, but I was doing I don't know. I haven't made a penny yet. Do I want to spend, the money on the winter tires and and you know what I've got on the back of my truck right now? Went over this morning, winter tires. But Jared, same thing. Jared went in, dropped his trailer, dropped his air, 4-ways on, walked on out. Sean got stuck, and he's got winter tires on his truck, so he's got no excuse. So Sean got stuck. So that's what we did. I came back down, and then we had to bobtail back down the ice road. Let me tell you something. You better have your shit wired tight to bobtail down a frickin' ice road that kind of does. No, I'm not talking about big grades. I'm not saying that, okay? But it's still, you're up and down hills, and you're twisting, you're turning, you're everything like that. Your anal pucker factor was 10 plus. I promise you, it was 10 plus. That was a long ride all the way back down there. I guarantee you. So it was actually 2.5, almost 3 hours coming back down. Andrew, the guy in front of me, he was cool. He bombed away, and he did whatever speed he decided to do. At some points I couldn't see him because I wasn't pushing my luck, especially not with the tires that I had. So I decided, you know what, and Jared was good with it behind me. It's not like he was running into the back of me or anything. And I just moseyed on down that road. I wasn't doing anything stupid. I wasn't pushing my luck. I was not about to be, I have to keep up with these guys. I don't want them to think I can't do. Fuck that. I'm not putting my truck in on its side, because on this road, and here's the other thing on this portion of the ice road, It's built up. Okay, it's built up. So there's the road. There's about 18 inches of shoulder that's built into the road. And then what they did is they pushed snow back up. So it's almost like it's a snow guardrail. But if you hit that guardrail, you're going to go down 3.5 foot drop off that road. Now, my truck, your truck, anybody's truck, if your drive tires and your steer tire on the passenger side go off that, your truck will land on its side. And I am not putting my truck on its side on the first day. Maybe tomorrow, but I'm not doing it on the first day. So if you want to say I pussed out, I pussed out. I just nice and easy all the way back down. Got onto the gravel road. Hey, the tires gripped up real nice on the gravel. Got down onto the paved road, and then it was tickety-boo all the way back to excuse me, all the way back to where we're at here. But it was a pure education. It was a true education of what your capabilities are. You're going to learn what your capabilities of what your truck are, your equipment are, of what levels of stress you're willing to deal with. And dude, guys, I haven't even fucking done anything serious yet. All I've done is one piddly ass little ice road, but it's enough to open your eyes and go, holy shit, Bri, you ain't it. You know, you give me any highway in North America, I'll haul ass it with the best of them. You take that ass hauler with the best of them and you put them on a fucking ice road, that's a whole different ballgame, guys. And it really is. It really, really is an eye-opener, and it's an education. Now, on the other side of that, I'm loving it. I loved it. I was, it's not like it was overly stressful. It was stressful, but it wasn't stressful. I didn't come back with white knuckles on my steering wheel. My hair wasn't falling out. My shoulders weren't, all tensed up. There was a couple of parts there where your asshole puckered up and you were like, but I loved this. I really did. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and the stuff that I'm learning, I'm really trying the best I can. Like, I am literally just, this notebook is just, well, there's nothing on that page because I was actually doing banking, but here, this notebook is literally just filling with notes of fucking numbers, dashes, this, information, this. Anytime I ask a question, if there's an answer and there's like a little trick to it, he's going, oh, here's your blah, 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 but the trick to this is this. Fucking write it down. I may not have to look at it again, but the fact that I wrote it down makes it stick here a little better. For me, just for me. That's just the way I am. Once I write it down, it sticks in the old noodle a little better. Let's face it, guys. My hard drive's full. It really is. Like, there's so much shit crammed in the hard drive that trying to get new stuff in there is sometimes difficult. So I got to write it down. But this was awesome. I'm absolutely loving this. I really am. Again, the guys I'm with, fantastic. After we got back yesterday, everybody here knew it was my first time on the road. Guys were walking up to me, shaking my hand. Like you break your cherry, you pop your cherry, shake your hand. You made it back. First one, yeah, good job. Shake your hand. Welcome back. Good job. Thanks, man. Awesome. Slap you on the shoulder. Good job. Any problems? No. Would you think? Then they start in with the, how'd you do? What'd you think? What'd you think? What about that turn? That one turn, because there's a one turn where you come down this little bit of, it's a bit of a hill coming down, and there's a little lazy right-hand curve at the end, at the bottom. And then there's a bridge that narrows, and direction can only go, one truck at a time in either direction, or one vehicle at a time. And, so they were asking, I was like, what'd you think of this? How'd you do on that? And good job. Congratulations. Hey, you've got this. Good job. These are the guys we're working with. These are professional drivers. And this is what I'm accustomed to. And this is what I want to be around. This is where I want to be. This is the type of outfit. And these are the type of guys that I want to work with. Every single one of these guys has done this, and every single one of these guys would have my back, and I've got no problems asking them a question. And it's awesome. It really is. They have supplied us with, like, we've got our CBs, obviously, but the CBs don't do shit up there. My radio's good for 3/4 of a mile. Same thing. But they've given us special handhelds. They're Motorola's. They're the big handhelds. And with the handhelds, you can get out 5 miles with those. And what the handhelds are for, it's not so we can sit down the road and chit chat, chit chat, chit chat. We can do that at the CBs. What the handhelds are for is around certain blind corners. If you're taking a wide load up, like the road is only so wide. So some of these loads are going to take up the whole road going up, or a good portion of the road. Now, what they had to do is they had to actually invent and create their own mile marker system, right? So every couple kilometers, there's a stake in the ground, a great big sign, a steel sign with a mile marker on it, right? And these are invented mile markers, pretty much. And so what you do is when you've got a wide load, when you hit one of these mile markers, you get on the radio and say, for example, let's say I had a 13-foot wide. So I've got 18 wheels, 13-foot wide, northbound at the 40 mile marker. And that's what you say and let it go. If nobody responds, that means that you're fine for the next 5 miles. If you hear that, you need to respond with what mile marker you're at coming southbound. And then the two of you will work out, because obviously the wide load's not getting off the road. So the other guy is going to sneak off right off to the sides, move up, whatever. The arrangements are made. So everybody's, safe. So they've supplied us with that. The other thing that we were worried about that we just found out today, when we took the ride up there yesterday, there's no cell service. Nothing. No cell service, no internet, no nothing. Now that's just to go to the staging area, right? And then the junctions are, like I said, 250 miles or 400 miles or fucking whatever. So there's really no service up there. So what they've done is a lot of the loads we're going to be escorted, right? There'll be a pickup truck or an escort vehicle with us. They'll be carrying a sat phone. So they've got a sat phone. And for us in the camps, because we won't be coming back here next week, we will be staying in the camps up there where there's no cell service. They're bringing in portable Wi-Fi, right? Satellite Wi-Fi. So while we are in the camp, we will have Wi-Fi. And it was kind of worrisome because, let's face it, if let's just say I get up onto that area and we're there for 7, 8, 9 weeks, I'm not talking to Dar for 7, 8, 9 weeks. I don't know how my kids are doing. I don't know how my wife is doing. I can't find out any information. Is my family doing okay at home or anything like that? And on the other hand, they can't find jack shit about me. So what we found out this morning is they are going to have portable satellite internet, and it's going to be, apparently I think it's Elon Musk's, whatever the fuck it is, but it's set up in a sense that we can get up in the morning, right? Jump on the internet. You can do Wi-Fi calling, right? Or a quick FaceTime call. So you give your loved one, everybody gives their loved one a good morning. How you doing? Yeah, doing good. Slept good. Yeah, okay, blah, blah, blah. All right, babe, gonna go grab my breakfast and then hit the road. And then when we get back, then you can say your good nights. You can sit around for an hour or so, whatever, and talk and say your good nights and everything like that. Starlink, thanks. Freight Shaker XL, thanks. Appreciate that. Starlink. So yeah, that we found out yesterday, and that's 100%. They are bringing that up, or it will be in place by the time we get there. So that's actually kind of cool. You guys got to hear about the food. You got to hear about the food. So every base camp, okay, they are bringing in, if anybody's ever watched Yellowstone, okay, and Gator, when they go out onto the range and they take a whole thing out there and they're like, 70 miles out in the field, and Gator brings the entire kitchen. That's what they've got up there. Okay, they have promised us and guaranteed us that we are to be fed like kings. They want nobody going hungry. So they feed you breakfast in the morning, and you are given your choice. Every day it'll be a different breakfast, but it's basically going to be pancakes, waffles, steak and eggs, scrambled eggs, any kind of egg, and whatever, eggs of any whatever way you want them. They are going to set up, it's going to be set up that you eat very, very well. So you'll have breakfast, and then they will provide you with lunch, right? Because obviously you're going to be on the road. So they will provide you with lunches in ready to goes that you bring with you. So then you're going to have your lunch, and then you get up there, deliver, and then you come back in the evening and you will get a dinner. Monday night might be steak night. Tuesday night be chop night. Wednesday night be sausage, Italian sausage. Everybody up there, from what I understand, are carnivores. There's no vegans, no, but there will be obviously fruits, vegetables. Apparently the shopping list, okay, the shopping list for 8 weeks worth of groceries was just over $500,000. The shopping bill worth of food that they bought, over $500,000 worth of food. $500,000. That's a lot of beef, man. That's a lot of beef. So we're gonna, at least we know we're gonna eat well, and full kitchens. Now, they also have sleeping arrangements for us, depending on how many guys. Originally, they had 22 of us. Okay. And then when the bell rang and they went, okay, we're getting ready to go. And they started calling us all, going, okay, we're ready to go. Are you ready? We're going to go this date, blah, 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 blah. 10 guys went, oh, well, you know, I don't know. No, I don't think I'm going to go there. Maybe next year. So we lost 10. So now we've got a couple more that have come on, but now we're short a bunch of guys. So the thing was the sleeping arrangements. They had enough to sleep 16 to 18 guys, right? Fully heated bunkies and everything like that they brought up, 16 to 18 guys. And if you didn't get back in time or whatnot like that, then you know what? You were sleeping in your truck. So it looks like I probably won't be sleeping in my truck, and I'm good with that. But if I have to, I'm good with that as well. I'm prepared to sleep in the truck. Dar saying click on all messages. What am I clicking, baby? Oh, you're saying. So yeah, the sleeping arrangements are good. Okay. I'll probably like, I'm sitting there going like, oh yeah, I'm going roughing it. I'm going to be roughing it. Doesn't sound too rough. The driving part is going to be the roughing it. It's going to be the education, the driving, the ice roads, the lakes, all of that is going to be hard work. I'm not kidding myself. The cold, you know, chaining. No, I don't know if any of you have ever chained loads at minus 30, minus 40. It doesn't matter how good a glove you've got. At minus 30 and you're grabbing chains and binders, the cold goes right through it because that chain is minus 30. So chains, binders. So all of that, I already know is going to be tough. But at least they're making it comfortable for us once we get back. Like they're making sure we're well fed. We've got sleeping arrangements. They've got 2 helicopters, emergency helicopters on standby with the Ministry of Transportation. Anything happens, you know, anything goes wrong with a truck. I went like, here's another example. When I leave the base camp in the morning with my load, I am checking out with a security. My truck number, my driver number, my trailer number, and my load number are all documented and the time I left. Okay. Because I've only got so much time to get there. And if it's one of those trips where you have to go there and back, I've only got so much time. If you don't make it back within such and such a time, they come out looking for you. And that's how serious they are. And that's the one more thing. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute too, how serious they are about certain things here. But yeah, they've got 2 helicopters with the Ministry of Transportation on standby, like ready to go, stand by. They go, okay, we're missing a driver. The engine starts right now. They will not fuck around with this. They've never lost a truck or a driver doing this, and they've never had anything more serious than a couple of broken fingers. Somebody snapped a couple of fingers on a snap binder a couple of years ago. But that's the worst they've had doing this. Now, find some fucking knock on wood, you know, Jesus, jumping in Christ. But so yeah, cold is cold. Security's in place. Precautions are in place. Now, on the road, I know I already told you guys some of this, right? When you're on the ice road, whatever the posted speed limit, on the northern roads of like northern of where I was, the speed limits are maxed out at 45 mile an hour. Okay. You're only going to do 45 mile an hour. That's if you get up to that speed, right? If you can go that fast. No, you're not going to be probably doing 45 miles an hour. If you exceed that speed limit, they send you home. If you exceed it. The ice road itself, the speed limit is 8 miles an hour, 15 kilometers an hour, 8 miles an hour. If you do 9 miles an hour on that road and they on the ice and they catch you, you go home. It's not, oh, you know what? I'm really sorry. It won't happen again. You know what? I wasn't, whatever. It was my fault. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. No. Zero tolerance. None. It is, okay, take the load off the truck, go home. We'll pay you for what you've done. Go home. Bye-bye. See ya. Have a nice day. Zero tolerance for mistakes. Zero tolerance for stupidity. There's no apologies. I'll do better next time. You fuck this up, you go home. They will not have bullshit going on these roads. The other thing is, because we are on native land, our camps are not on any in any native territory. We have to cross through some of these, but our camps are not. But on one of the base camps, for example, there is a town like right there that is on land, on native land. We are not allowed to step 1 foot on native soil. Not one. You step 1 inch on native soil, hit the bricks. Gone. Again, nothing. So there are some serious rules. While we are crossing native territory, like Indian land, while we are in their jurisdiction, we are being escorted by native police. And we are being escorted by Ministry of Transportation. OPP police will escort us up into the base camps, but then they don't go any farther than that. RCMP comes up after that, but anything on the native lands, RCMP and OPP have no jurisdiction, and it's the native police. And while you're on their land, they have the right, for any reason, to stop you and look inside, ask you any questions they want, and inspect your truck. And I don't mean for mechanical. Most of these monkeys wouldn't know what they're looking at mechanically, but they're allowed to stop you and look inside your truck, right? I have 2 prescriptions that I have with me, right, that I've had to have a couple of months filled out. I'm not allowed, they have to be in the original bottles, and they have to be clearly marked. And they have to be declared. I had to, when I arrived here, I had to declare to our office that this is what I had. This is how many pills I had of each one. They had to declare it, and they had to hand it in, and that gets submitted to the natives. And if he pulls me over and he goes, okay, you're supposed to have, this prescription and this prescription, and if they don't match up, the goddamn natives can throw you out. The natives can throw you out. Boom. Goodbye. See ya. So between the natives escorting you, and you got to watch the speed limits on their land, obviously. Nothing stupid. You're not allowed to, again, like I said, you're not allowed to get out on their land. If for any reason you need, if there's something mechanically wrong with the truck and you're in native territory, then obviously you can stop the vehicle, get out, find out what's wrong. You busted something, whatever. That's fine. Right? You're obviously allowed to do that. But If you're just thinking, oh, that's really cool, I'd like to stop and take a picture. Nope. Roll your window down. You're only doing 8 miles fucking an hour anyway. Take a picture. Logbooks. This is so sweet. For the time being, what I'm doing right now, running from here up into the base camps or the staging areas, we are just running our regular logbooks, right? Canadian rules logbook. That's what we're running. Once we are up there and we are off of any road having to do with, the government, once you are on truly running true ice roads, we are logbook exempt. 100% logbook exempt. No e-log, no logbook, no. If the loads, if you want to work 20 days straight, you just drive 20 days straight. You want to work 90 days straight, you drive 90 days straight. There's no limit to what you're allowed to do. The only limit is they don't want you driving more than 15 hours a day. So your driving is 15 hours a day. And how they're going to keep track of that is, well, beyond me, I don't know, but I guess they'll know, because if you leave at 9 o'clock, leave the thing and they clock you out at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you come rolling in at 2 o'clock the following morning, well, then I guess you've been more than 15 hours. But 15 hours is what they don't want you driving over. You can drive up to and including the 15th hour, no more. But other than that, you are logbook exempt. There's no 30-minute break. There's no nothing like that. I can drive. I can work, like I said, 20 days, 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, whatever I want. Yeah, and I think that's kind of cool. 15-hour days. Jesus Christ, most of us work a 15-hour day now anyway, even though our logbooks say we don't. But from the time you get up, you do this, especially if you're a flatbedder, right? Like I've parked my truck at the customer and already started loading before I ever went on duty. And I was loading, got it mostly loaded and all the shit on. And I was 2 hours before I even went on duty. Then you go on duty, do your pre-trip, show, 30 minutes for loading or 45 minutes for loading, right? And then fuck off. Well, there you go. There's a 15 or 16-hour day right there. So, 15 hours is not a hard stretch, working 15 hours a day. It's pretty cool, actually. They don't want us going over 15. And I can understand that. You figure if you do 15 hours a day, every single day for, 20 days, you'll be tired. You will burn out. I don't care how good you are. You will burn out. And you'll make a mistake. So my plan is to, I have a pretty good idea of what my limits are physically and driving wise and work wise. I know what my limits are. So if I can go 8, 9, say 10 days, let's say even up to 12 days, I'll take a day off. I'll take one day off and relax, and then do another 8, 10, 12, 15, whatever. I'll know once I've done it for a couple, the first couple of stretches. If I feel good and the body's holding together and the mind still hasn't snapped, and it's the 14th day, I'll do a 15th. I'll see how I feel after the 15th. You do it day by day. But when I get to that point where it's, you've had 8 hours of sleep, but you still got fatigue, that's time for me to shut down. And that's when I'll call it a day. And that's the way it is. And I get paid a flat rate per day. So it's X amount of dollars per day to do this. They pay everything: food, my fuel, chains, all the equipment, everything is supplied. I do not have to supply anything. I just have to bring the truck. That's all I have to do. And again, that's pretty cool. With the flat rate per day, and since you're not worried about fuel or DEF or fuel additives that we're going to be having to add to some of the trucks, people go, oh, the ice roads, it's not worth it. The fuck do you know? I know what I need to survive, and I know what my truck runs, and I know obviously we're not doing miles per gallon here. Miles per gallon don't mean shit for the next 8 weeks, but neither do cents per mile. None of that comes into the equation here. But for the amount of money they're paying us per day, as per our expenses, it comes out somewhere in the range of about $13 a mile. Anybody out there want to work for $13 a mile, or are you making enough that you can say fuck that? I didn't think so. I'll take $13 a mile and not pay for my fuel all day long. All day long. So is it worth it to me? Yeah. Do I know? And Dar doesn't know this, and she's about to find this out. I was pulled aside earlier, actually about an hour before I got on here. The front bumper of this Cascadia is low. And one of the guys said, you are probably going to lose that bottom piece off that bumper. It's going to shatter because there's a couple of spots where you're coming off of land onto the lake, which won't be too bad. But there's going to be a couple of spots where you're coming off of the lake back up onto the land, and then it goes like that. Chances are I'm going to lose. Look, the Cascadia has the front bumper, and then there's that bottom skirt piece underneath. I already looked underneath. I'm gonna see tomorrow if one of the boys in the shop, if that piece is removable. If it's removable, I'm gonna have them take it off. If it's not removable, well then take the Sawzall to it. Curtis, you know what? If I have to, I will. Because for the amount of money, I'm gonna make for the cost of a new bumper, I'm good with that. I've built into my budget that certain things are possibly gonna happen. You know, you're gonna blow it. You're gonna blow an airbag. You're probably at some point or another an airline that's gonna freeze. A front bumper. You know, you crack a front bumper. All of those kind of things, I've kind of got in my head, and we've got budgeted that okay, we're prepared for certain things to happen. Now, if the motor blows up and the roof blows off, the doors blow out, and I'm sitting here in my underwear talking to you while it's happening, that's a different story. That's we're gonna have another problem. But right now, as it sits right now, we are budgeted for certain things. I will know next year, right? For next year, what a little better, right? I was offered this gig, told what it was about, asked my questions, sent pictures of the truck, told it was okay, not bad, let's go. And so that's what I've got. Now, again, I'm not going to lose my shit, blowing an airbag. We're prepared for that. We've got extra airbags. I've got all the neoprene hoses, and actually somebody sent me a really good email. I can't remember who sent me that email. I think you're even in here. But I had all my neoprene hoses and everything for the engine that I had ordered extras. And I turned around and I got all new belts, and I just threw them in the boot box. And then at that temperature, it was somebody sent me an email and I made that comment, and they said, what you need to do is the moisture and everything is going to get on those, and it's going to crack. Those are going to crack with that kind of cold if they're just sitting in your boot box. What you need to do is lightly coat them, very lightly coat them in a fine oil, put them in a baggie, like a bag, and tie off the bag. And then that'll be fine, and that should be okay, and that'll work. And so that is what I have done. Okay. I don't know I can't remember who sent me that, but whoever did that, if you're in here, thank you. It's been taken care of. I've done it. So yeah, it's really cool. It is really cool. It wasn't an email. Okay, Dar says it wasn't an email. Somebody wrote it. Okay. Shows what the fuck I know. Maybe next time you and Nevada can switch trucks for the ice road. No, I think I'm actually making a few other decisions that a lot of you guys know that when I'm done on the ice road and shortly thereafter, we're going to sell this one and buy the new one and order the new one and blah, blah, blah. Now, I might configure the new truck. Now, I'm not buying a hood truck. Don't get me wrong. Let's not get carried away here. Okay. I'm not, unless I decide to stay out here and work in this division where you're not paid cent per mile, and cent per mile and fuel mileage doesn't mean anything. Okay. Because when you're hauling certain types of loads and when you've got a tri-drive truck and you're getting 4.5 miles per gallon, and that's the best you're going to get, the load you've got on you pays you so much, you don't give a rat's ass what you're paying in fuel. You don't care. And a lot of the other stuff that this division out here does that. So if I was to purchase another truck, say a heavy spec truck, and to stay out here in this division, would I probably get a long nose truck? I don't know if I would get one of the Pete's. Don't know if I'd spec out, say, Nevada's truck. Nevada's truck is gorgeous. But I would look at like the T800, right? That is a pure workhorse, right? The bumpers are high. You put a heavy spec kit on that. I would look at something. It's something that we will look at based on how this goes, right? The operations manager of this division out here, he answers only to the owner, and he's already made it clear that he'd be happy to have me out here. Went through my resume. He'd be happy to have me out here. It wouldn't be an issue. And I don't have to move. It's not like I got to move here, right? I can work out here, take a load home, spend a week or so at home, come back out here, do what I do out here, work. The beautiful thing about this operation out here is they do very little US. Very little US. Most of the it's all contract work out here, and it is for utilities, rail, and big names, big things like that. I'm probably not supposed to be saying that, but that's who these guys' customers are, our clients are. So I don't have to go into the States, and I will probably be working in a division where fuel mileage is moot. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you purposely want to go and see if you can get the worst mileage you can. You still want to try to get as much performance out of your truck as you can. But, if you're going 300 miles, and here's an example, okay? This is just an example. There's a guy here. He got back yesterday, and I only met him yesterday when he got back. But this was his run, okay? He came out of here. He went 60 miles west of here to a town. He loaded. He had a. It wasn't a double drop. He had an RGN, but it was a configured RGN. It had a specialty piece. He loaded a piece of specialty equipment onto the RGN. Took 8 hours to get it loaded. He drove it 300 miles east, offloaded it, and brought it back. Okay. So for 8 hours loading, drove it 300 miles, deadheaded 300 miles back. So for 2 days work, the load paid him $6,500 for 2 days. Didn't burn jack shit in fuel. So $6,500 on 300, 600 miles. I can do that. And that's the type of shit they do out here. That's the kind of stuff they do out here. That's a lot of that, whether it be with the rail or with the utilities or with what we're doing right now, or what we're doing right now. We're doing all of these, working up and doing what we're doing. It's something that I would look at. Now I'm considering, I was considering winding my career down. But let's face it, if you can make 3 times the money that the average guy on the spot market is making right now, if I can make 3 times the amount of money that they are and only work as the third as hard, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I extend my career a few more years? Because I'm not putting my body through the wear and tear, and I'm not mileaging out my truck. These guys don't break 100,000 miles a year on their trucks. You know, they don't break 100,000 miles a year. You know, dude, this truck here, you know, I break 100,000. I break three. You know, if you average over 3,000 miles a week, you know, you're doing over 100,000 miles a year. None of these guys are breaking 100,000 miles a year on their trucks. You know, that's good on equipment. That's good on equipment. Yeah, your equipment's going to work, and yeah, you're pulling heavy shit. But as long as you're spec'd for it and you're equipped for it, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. So I saw a comment, and somebody had asked, "Are you concerned about your DPF and your regens?" Yes, that is something that has been brought up. We've all talked about it. They've not had any, and so far they've not had any truck failures do it, but they've said to us that you will be doing parts regens. Your truck, because let's face it, if you're only doing 45 mile an hour at the highest speeds, and you're at 8 miles an hour on a fucking ice road, you're not building a lot of heat, right? You're not. So your truck is going to be asking for parts regens. If it's asking you for a parts regen while you're on the lake, well, that's a big no-no. You have to get off the lake. But once you are off the lake, you can do a parts regen. Am I concerned about it? No, no. This truck, believe it or not, I've been very fortunate. Now, again, knock on wood, I've been really fortunate with this truck. This truck has not failed me yet. It has not let me down. It is not, you know, I'm into this truck for repair wise. I'm into this truck for about 7 hours worth of lost work time. And aside from the fuel tanks that I've had to pay some money out of my pocket because it wasn't warranted, I'm into it for a sensor and a def pump, and those have been warranted. That's, you know, that's it. So I've been fortunate. Hopefully my luck continues with this truck, and she runs well. Again, if I got to stop for a parts regen, I got no problem with that. You know, I'm not about to abuse my equipment. I will stop and do what it's supposed to do. But yeah, because of the cold, you're not building any heat. You are going to be doing it. There was a concern. They've suggested, and I went out and bought it. I know that Shannon Thomas and DIY, they suggest you use fuel ox, but I couldn't get it, and I couldn't get enough of it. So what they use here, and they've been using year after year after year, and they've had success with it, is just house. You know, put the proper amount in your fuel tanks at all. Keep the proper amount in your fuel tanks at all times. They've not had any gelling issues, any fuel issues, fuel filter problems. I did get another fuel filter for you know, just in case. You know, I don't want to be with my luck, I will be the first guy that clogs a fuel filter. So I've taken care of that. I've got the extra fuel filter, but if you keep the diesel treated with house, even at minus, you know, the temperatures hit minus 30, minus 40, minus 45, house will keep it liquid. So that's all good. I've got enough of that. They said that they would supply in the beginning, but they don't have enough. They weren't bringing enough of it up. They'd have to bring up like 30 skids of this shit to keep every truck. So they said that they'd supply us for the first couple of days, but then they asked that we bring our own. I did. I've got enough probably to get me through. Well, I will use theirs until they go, okay, we're done. And then I've got enough to get me through the rest of the season. I hold 270 gallons, right? I got 135 aside. So I got 270 gallons. Chances are I'm not going to be going through a lot of fuel, right? I'm not going to be, you know, burning a tank of fuel every day and a half driving this. You're probably looking at maybe a tank of fuel a week, maybe, right? 600. Let's just go 400. So let's go 6 times 4 is 24. That's 2,400 miles. My truck on average does 2,000 or 2,100 miles on 270 gallons. Now you're not going to be getting no fucking 8.5 miles per gallon. So let's just say, yeah, you're probably going to be filling your truck weekly. with fuel. And in this case here, because they got fuel on site and you just take it as you need it, right? You fill your truck as you need it. I will probably keep my tanks topped every time I come back. Every time I come back, top the tanks. Every time I come back, top the tanks. I just don't want to deal with moisture. I want to keep the tanks as full as possible, as much as possible, just to keep any moisture, any shit out of the fuel tanks, especially with the cold and that kind of temperature. So that's why I'm going to do that. Just as I get back that night, top those tanks. The truck last night, we were at minus 26. I had the engine shut off. I ran the bunk heater and I was fine. Now at minus 26, and we had a 15 or 16 kilometer an hour wind, so say an 8 or 9 mile an hour wind, and it was hitting the driver's side. I have discovered that I do have a small draft. It took me 10 minutes to find it, and I found the draft, and it is fixable, and I will probably take care of that tomorrow. It's part of the seal, the neoprene seal going around the boot box. When you close the door, it closes onto the seal. The seal has started to lift. It hasn't torn, it hasn't ripped, but the seal has started to lift, so that even though the door is pushing on it, there's still, and it's just perfect enough that when the wind hits it, it will go in and I will feel it in that corner. Now, it wasn't enough last night to cause a problem, right? At minus 26 degrees, I was comfortable. I felt the draft when I put my feet on the floor this morning. That's when I felt it. So it's an easy fix. I'll take care of it tomorrow. I should be okay with that. But the engine heater on this, I had no problem. I turned my key to cycle it, right? Because I don't just turn the key and start the engine on this. You turn the key, the engine light comes on. When the engine light goes off, you start your engine, the engine light. So when you do that, all your gauges go to where they're supposed to go. And when that happens, my engine temperature gauge was already at 150 degrees. All right, so my engine was, now the gauge says 150, but once you start the engine and the coolant starts running, it went down to about 120, maybe 130, but that's still warm enough. Your engine is at least warm. It's warm enough that, even before you start the engine, if you turn your heat on and you put your hand over the vent, you're blowing warm air, right? So the engine heater on this thing is keeping my engine, even at minus 26, it's warm enough that it's doing its job. So I'll be curious to see how it does at, say, minus 40. That's a whole different ball game. I'll be curious to see how it does at those. I've had this truck up in northern Minnesota, and I've had it down. It was cold as like minus 32, minus 35 area, and she did okay. It wasn't a problem, and she started okay. Not an issue. But I think if we get into the minus 40s, I'll be curious to see how that is. FYI, if you can face the cab into the wind. Yeah, but right now, for where I'm parked, for the situation, I can't, right? We have parking spots, and this is where I have to park. And right now, I'm facing north, and the wind is coming out of the west. It's hitting me right on the door here. Can't do jack shit about it. But you're absolutely right. If I know and I have the ability, put the nose into the wind, you can alleviate a lot of draft problems. But that's thanks for letting me know that. That's a good hint. That's a good hint for anybody else. If you've got a drafty truck, put your nose to the wind. Try to eliminate as much draft hitting the sides or the back of your truck as possible. So either way, it's been exciting. TJ's in the house. How you doing, Bull? JT's in the house. Hey, Justin, how's things, brother? You know what? A lot of you guys have been doing a lot of lives, and you guys have been putting out content. And usually I'm a huge supporter. TJ, you know how much I love you, and you know I'm a huge supporter of your channel. But you guys have been doing your shit and doing your lives and putting up your. JT put up a video the other day, and usually I go on and I watch and I make comments, and man, I've just had so much in my head. I'm not ignoring you guys. I usually leave my name all over you guys videos. I've just had so much to learn, and I've had so much going on, and I've put probably more stress on myself than I really need to. So that's all that is. I'm not, I don't want you guys to ever think, you know, um, just, you know, I tried the other night, TJ, to get in on one of your, or not, yeah, TJ, to get on one of your lives. I came in briefly, but dude, I was falling asleep. Um, T-Bone, there you go. That one was free. I think I just got another T-Bone tip. There you go. I threw a couple of free ones at T-Bone the other day. Mind you, you didn't make me famous or nothing like you did with Spectre and actually put me on your channel. But not like I was expecting you to. Just fucking with you, T-Bone. You're doing great things over there, brother. I'm just messing with you. You can take anything. You can take anything off my channel. If you find anything that you want, just take it and use it, man. You got my blessing. No explanation needed here, man. We know what you're doing your thing. TJ, I appreciate that. Thanks, man. Like I said, I am doing my best to try to watch you guys and to watch videos and keep up with shit. But every time I turn around, you hear somebody else saying something, and it's like, what? Say that again. What'd you say? Okay, okay. You know, so I'm trying to absorb. And like I said, I'm probably putting more pressure on myself than I need to. I just don't, and I hate to say this, but I just don't want to fuck nothing up. I'm not perfect, and I'm not going to strive for perfection because that's how mistakes happen. But I do want to pay attention. I do want to try to absorb as much as I possibly can and learn. So that's kind of why I've kind of been absent from a lot of lives and a lot of videos and a lot of shit. So, and I don't mean shit as in you guys are putting out shit. I just mean that shit in general. You know, I'm talking. I'm not talking to a lot of my friends on the phone. I'm focusing mostly on, you know, Dar and the kids. Like I've got one of my daughters has a birthday tomorrow, so you know I'll make that phone call home, and I'm focusing on that kind of stuff. And then I'm trying to focus on what these guys are doing up here, and it's not so much. And I'm watching them when they're you know working on their trucks or they're doing this. What are you doing that for? Well, I'm taking because these guys all got mud flap hangers, and all of a sudden they're ripping their mud flap hangers off, and I'm going, well, they've got the real nice ones, you know, the nice light bars and all this shit, and they're taking them all off. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you taking that off for? I don't know, right? Well, chances are at some point or another, you're going to be putting chains on your tires, right? Chains aren't foolproof. A lot of the times, chains come loose. And when they spin loose, the first thing they do is they rip the mud flap hangers off your truck. So these guys are ripping all their mud flap hangers off, right? As long as you're under a trailer, you don't need a mud flap. And as long as you're on the ice road, you don't have to worry about it, right? So they're going to be taking a trailer from here up there, so you don't need your mud flap or your mud flap hangers to get up there. And once you're on the mud road, once you're on the ice road, you don't need your mud flaps or your mud flap hangers. So they're taking it off, right? They're taking it off, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So these are the things that these guys, all the little things they're doing to their trucks, right? Paying attention. I'm just trying to pay attention. So I'm trying to focus on that, and I'm trying to relax. You know, when I get a few minutes to just sit and do nothing and like just Google and fuck around on my phone, I'm doing that. You know, it takes just to give my brain a break, to stop thinking about this. And again, I'm fortunate. I'm up here with two really good friends of mine, right? Jeremy, I've driven millions of miles with Jeremy, either looking at his back door or him looking at mine. Sean, I've known his entire trucking career, right? We got him right out of trucking school. And he's a good lad. He's a good kid. And I like talking to him. And his wife and my wife and Jer's wife are all at home, and they're kind of getting they're getting the ladies. They're giving them the support. They're supporting each other. The three ladies are supporting each other, which is good. I'm glad that happened. That worked out. We got three women at home. Dar's the most experienced truck driver's wife. So the other two are kind of looking to her as, I'm not saying like the wise owl or anything, but she's been doing this the longest. Neither one of these other two ladies are accustomed to their husbands being gone more than a week. Sean's wife is not accustomed to him being gone. You know, he leaves on Sunday. He's home on Friday. He's home every weekend. So's Jer. You know, his wife is accustomed to him, or girlfriend's accustomed to him being home every single weekend. Dar has at times in our career, I've been gone, you know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks. I've been gone extended periods of time. In our marriage, Dar's had that. She's dealt with that. She's not always, she doesn't like it, but she's already been there and she's done it. These other ladies haven't. So it's kind of good for the other ladies that, you know, they've got one that, you know, and, you know, Dar was talking, you know, at week 1, you know, I'm fine. At week 2, I'm still okay. I'm keeping busy. But at week 3, he's not home. Then you got to kind of get your mind into this state. At week 4, you know, and it's I'm actually kind of pleased that the 3 ladies are kind of banding together, and they're working each other, you know, working their minds. And hold on, I gotta grab a drink. Yeah. Sorry. Mouth was dry there, boys and girls. Sorry, we got girls, boys and girls. They've actually got a company coming up to truck all our garbage out. So they've got two a day, and they're not even full size. You know, like you remember when you were a kid? Oh, they still got them actually. You know, the garbage trucks that come up the street, and the guys hanging on the back of the truck. They got miniature ones. They're not full size. They're just miniature ones, and they got 2 a day going up to truck out all the garbage. I thought that was kind of cool. I'd love to get back into the comments here, but I don't have a clue where the fuck you guys are. You guys are talking, and I see Nita's having a fish fry, you know, shit like that. Sorry, I had to actually take a look at that. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if any of you guys saw. You know, Robin, I'll make you uncomfortable. I actually got to hang out with him. He actually drove 2 hours and came here. What was it? Thursday night or something like that. So it was kind of cool. I actually got to hang out with Robin and Sandra for about 2.5 hours. We sat around, laughed our asses off. I swear to God, my goddamn ribs were absolutely killing me by the time I got back to my truck. We were laughing so much. Funniest shit I've ever seen. What you guys see on the screen with Robin is what you get when you're sitting across from her. I was actually sitting beside him at the table. What you see is what you get. It's just funny as hell. I had such a good time. I absolutely appreciated him coming out. He drove the 2.5 hours from I don't know if I'm saying it right, Mendoza, where he lives. He came out. And I do appreciate that. Did we put the link in? Yeah, we threw the link up there. Anybody wants to come in and just say hi? Love Robin, a good old Canadian boy. Yeah, he is. He is. And you know what? He blended in real well with the rest of our crew, with me, Sean, and Jer. And he just sat down, and next thing you know, everybody was talking. It was a really good time. It was a really good time. I had a blast. I'd never met, and this is what I like to do. I love getting a chance to meet you guys. Right? I wish it was a lot easier and we were more visible, and you know there was people everywhere, and you could just. I'd love to hang out with all you guys. I really would. I really would. Hold on a second. All right. Gotta crack this window a bit because I'm gonna start vaping. Humberto, I see you. You're gonna come in, but dude, you need to put your phone sideways and you gotta put it down because your phone, for some reason, every time you come in, makes a lot of noise, and we hear it. We all hear it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Humberto.
Okay, what about now? Wait.
No, that's good. That's
Okay.
good.
So what's up, boy?
I'm just, well, you know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing.
Hey,
I'm actually
remember?
waiting. I'm waiting for the temperature to go down because I really want to do that hot water in the cup thing, right? Where you take a cup of hot water when it's like minus 26, minus
Yeah,
27.
I
You throw it
saw
up in
that.
the air and you get the mist. I've seen it before, but
I saw it on YouTube.
I want to do it, right? I want to record it. I actually want to do it. So,
But you know what?
I don't know what the temperature is. So
You know what?
I'm just,
I saw that already, but I never did it. I want to do that too. Should be nice.
yeah.
Hello.
What's going on, Wheel Burner Ice Cube?
Look at that, eh? I didn't even let you in. She saw you in the background, and Dar just went, "Oh, fuck it, let her in." Like I didn't even get a chance. How are you?
Man, I've been working my holy face off, and yeah, I'm exhausted tonight. Finally made it to Friday, so I'm on my 34, and oh my God, I just had the best shower ever. And
in your chilly 70 degrees, right?
it's like I think it's like 32 here, but this is what we're doing right now.
Laundry.
Laundry, and I'm trying to see if you can see Dieter.
Oh, there she is.
There she is.
Hey, baby.
So we had
Oh my God, Shannon, she's grown.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was like,
Holy
God.
moly, girl.
I'm trying to get the camera. Okay, there we go. Yeah, isn't she though? Like, look at how big she is. Oh, there she. Oh, I'm bad at this. Yeah, she's grown like a weed. Yeah,
She
Mama.
is. Shannon, how big is she supposed to get? Like weight, like size and weight wise, what are you looking at there?
Well, they're customarily they're only like 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Is the machines loud?
No, like I can't hear it.
Okay. So yeah, just like a medium, like you can Google and see how big they are, just like a medium-sized dog. And she's the runt, you know. So there were twin runts, and so she's one of them. And so I figured, well, maybe she won't get that big. And she's really not big compared to like her brothers and stuff.
Oh, really?
But yeah, they're like meatier, they're thicker. She's kind of, thin still, but man, once my sister told me to increase her food because she was eating it really fast, and she said, "Well, you're not feeding her enough." So I doubled the food, and as soon as I did that, I swear, like she just started growing like crazy, and so we're doing well. We both just had a shower. She from the the video.
Hold on, stop. You both just had a shower?
Yeah, I actually okay, so if you watched one of my videos, and I want to say hi to everybody in the chat, by the way. If you watched one of my videos just a couple days ago, we were at a shipper and there was like a little water hole.
Yeah.
And I walked her over there because we had some time, and so I was like, I wonder if she's a water dog, And so I walked her over there, and she just started having a ball in that water. And so I made the video and I put it on there so you guys could see her, like, she jumped in a little bit.
Yeah.
She was just testing it out. It's first water she'd ever been in contact with like that. And so I let her just get dirty as hell. I just let her have the freaking time of her life. And she got in the mud and she was flicking stuff everywhere and all that. So I wiped her down, before we got in the truck and stuff. And and she wasn't too bad, but I took some wipes and did her feet and stuff like that. So in lieu of that, I figured, I'm getting in the shower. Maybe she'll play in the little shower or something, And so she started to, but she's just discovered her voice, so she's barking this. She's got a very loud, shrill bark. So
Yeah.
if you can imagine this in a trucker shower, right? In the truck stop, right? It's echoey. She's just right. So every time I'm like, come on, because I'm trying to see if she'll come in there with me. And she's just like, there she goes right now. So, hello. And
So
so,
anybody walking by the shower is thinking that you're in there ripping her ears off.
yeah. Like I'm like, shh. Like I'm trying to calm her down. And every time I did, she got more excited and was barking some more. And so when I got done taking care of myself, I stepped out there and I grabbed her, and the water was just lukewarm, and I just held her like a baby, and I
Yeah.
took her in there, and she was calm as could be, and I just like let her get wet, and I was watching her. She didn't shake, she didn't get scared. She just like was like, So I took some my Pantene shampoo and I washed her up real good and stuff, and she just let me do it, and it was just like I was washing one of my babies, and then we got out, and I was trying to, you're supposed to like make them feel positive about it so that she'll go back next time or whatever. So
Yeah.
I was being all sweet and whatever, and so and then I celebrated when we got out and dried her off with a towel, and it was a positive experience. So that's
That's
kind of how
awesome.
it went. I just took
That's
her in
awesome.
the rescue, man, and I washed her up, So it was pretty sweet, and she was all happy after that and was loving me toweling her off and stuff like that. So now we're sitting here waiting for the laundry to finish.
Right on. You know what? All the years I had my dogs in the truck with me, I never once took them in the shower. I
Oh my
never
God,
did.
did they stink?
Well, the lab, I had there was a black lab collie cross, and no, never really let her bark. Don't worry about it. No, she didn't. She didn't really stink. The one that got really kind of a little stinky, and he's still stinky now. It doesn't matter. You could give him a bath, and 2 days later, is the little King Charles spaniel or the Cavapoo, whatever you want to call it, right? For some reason, as he's getting older, he's putting off like what do you call it? The old dog smell. I don't know what you call it, right?
Yes,
But
it's old man smell.
it's the old same thing with old men, right? They walk around, it's like Sir Minor Poopy Pants, or I don't know, but it's the same thing with a dog, right? So, but I never ever took them in the shower. But I never worried. Like I would take them like when we were down in the southern states, if we were down in South Carolina or something like that, and there was a lake. You want to run in the lake? Go play in the lake. Go jump in the lake. I never had a problem with that. Dry them off, bring them in, towel them off. I always had towels and all the stuff for them and stuff like that. But I never, I never put one in never put one in the shower with me. That's for damn sure.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hogan.
it was.
You're muted, Shannon. You're muted.
To tell you.
Hit it once. There you go.
Okay, I was trying to tell you that there's a lot of static in your audio while you're talking.
I think that's you, Shannon.
I think.
I think that's you.
Oh, it's me?
there?
Okay.
Yeah, I think so, Shannon. I think it's you.
Well, somebody in the chat said that my sound is not as good now, and it seems to happen. It seems to happen that because I'm using out here on the road, I'm using an iPad, right? But it seems to happen as soon as I bring guests in, like when I bring you guys in, for some reason my sound seems to either fade out or it doesn't sound as good. And then, somebody will say something, and next thing you know, I'm yelling at the iPad, for crying out loud. So I gotta. But if I sound okay, I don't know if I sound. But is it coming? Is it coming better now, or is it?
Yeah, it's better now. Shannon, your micro is off.
Yeah, she's got her microphone. She's got her microphone off because I think the dog's making noise and she doesn't want everybody to hear it.
Okay.
She's you know what it is. I'll tell you the truth. Is she's kicking the dog and she doesn't want nobody to know that she's kicking that dog and she's abusing it.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either.
I'm gonna
You are
I don't know if
sideways
you can
now.
hear me.
Or we're
Yeah,
gonna look at
sideways
Shannon
now.
like this. There you go.
Yeah, Shannon, you are like this.
Yeah.
Okay, how are we
Yeah, now it's
now?
good.
Now you're good.
Okay. It's really hard for me to hear you guys. You guys are hearing me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound great. You're actually louder than everybody else.
Okay. I wanted to just get on here. I'm so exhausted. Like, I'm looking forward to having a coffee video tomorrow, but because I'm just wiped out and I'm working my ass off. And so my
Yeah.
broker's been keeping me running. I mean, like I've been split breaking and driving with not no sleep, but I wish I had more type thing, but just keeping the
Yeah.
schedule that's just insane. And so that's how the last 2 weeks have been, and I've been like everywhere. And so I'm really tired, but I've been keeping up on your updates that you've been posting and stuff, and I just want to tell you that if I never get a chance, or remember to say anything while I have you here, I just want to tell you that I love you and I am so proud of what you're doing. And it is so
Thank you.
kick-ass. It's so kick-ass to watch you do it. Like, I'm so excited just like for you. And I'm just like, go brother. Like, I'm so excited to like hear this whole journey, and I'm so glad that you're able to like at least touch base and post it up with us. And just know that we're all just like praying that you just like have the best time of your life and like come back safely and all of that. And we're here for Dar. Like
Yeah,
Dar,
please.
if you
guys
need me,
gotta be
honey,
here
you
for
can call
Dar.
me. Yeah. So if she's not hitting all the clubs and the malls and stuff, and which she might be taking it that instead of being sad, like everybody's like condolencing her, but she
Yeah.
might just like get a whole bunch of shit done that she's been waiting to do. But I just I thank you for I thank you for posting it, because it's just, Brian, this is so cool to me. Like, it is so cool. Like, I love it. And I'm so proud of you and happy for you. Like, this is like
Thank you.
to me, this is like such an exciting adventure that you get a chance to experience. And I'm excited to watch it. And I appreciate you so much. Like, it's great.
You know what,
So,
Shannon? Thank you very much. And I'm not crying. Don't get me wrong. I'm not crying. I'm actually hot. I'm touched. Okay, forget that there's there's 70 other 50 other people here and just you and I are talking here. I'm very touched by what you just said. Thank you very much. And it means a lot. It means a lot that people like you are watching and following and supporting. Like it doesn't go unnoticed, Shannon, when I see you on Snowlord and you're throwing my name around and you're throwing my channel around and you're telling people, it doesn't go unnoticed. I do see it. I do hear it.
yeah,
I do appreciate it.
I'm trying to pump it up.
And you know what? Shannon, I'm a happily married man, and you know this, and I have no problem saying this to you, Shannon. I love you too, sweetheart. You are doing so. You are one of the people on the journey that I like to watch. Like, I'm a senior driver doing this a long time, and you like to watch me and learn and see shit from me. You are one of the people that is coming into this industry that guys like me, I love watching you. I do. I love watching you. I love your energy.
I'm trying to give you love right now. You weren't supposed to turn this around on me.
Well, you know what? I just want you to know that I appreciate it. Like I do.
Yeah.
And I
No, and
you
it's genuine. Like it's love, like brother love, like
Like a
that
brother.
yeah,
brother sister love.
exactly.
I love Dar so much too. Like you guys, I just think that I'm just so glad. Like I've made friends with you guys and stuff, and it's so cool. So
Yeah.
I love Dar just as much, maybe a little more than you, Brian. I'm just kidding. Like I love you guys, and I love you together, and I'm just proud to know you and be able to learn from you and stuff while I'm going through this journey that I'm on in my life too. So
Well,
that's pretty much it. I
this
just want
was
to tell you my heart's with you, and
thank you.
I hope I can't wait to see like all this shit that you're doing.
Thank you. And again, I appreciate it. I hope you guys like all I want to do is I'm not trying to do this like I'm not trying to be fancy or I'm not trying to, make a name for myself. All I'm doing is as I'm doing this, I just want to share it with you. So I want you to see
You're
this,
living large, man. Like
right?
I'm
That's
like,
all I
go
want.
get it. Go get it. I love it. It's so
Yeah.
exciting. Like, and you're living life, man. That's the way I see it. I'm like, go get that shit, Brian. Like, do it all. Like, do it to the most. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
don't waste a
I'm going
second.
to. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely going to because Shannon, this is the end. Well, kind of the end for me, right? Because my career is starting to wind down, right? So this is the last big bang for me. So you're like you said, I'm going for it, right?
Yeah.
I'm going all in. It's all in there.
And
It's
it's
time to go
exciting
to
for
work.
me because I wouldn't, and probably a lot of us here, I don't know if we would ever have the balls to do it. I might, but I maybe, I don't know. It's like, but it's such an adventure, and it gives us a chance to like do it with you, but not that we don't have the opportunity to do it, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thank you.
One thing I do want to do while I document this is because everybody's watched that show, Ice Road Truckers, right? And you've got Mike Rowe, the narrator, in the background going, oh, and he's going down this road and he's got, 24,000 pounds or whatever. He's got 12 tons. It's like 12 tons. That's 26,000 pounds. Like that's not a lot, but I want to try to do this so that you actually get an honest of what it is, of what ice road trucking is about, what these guys are, what I am, and what these guys around me, what we're going to go through, the stresses it's going to put on our equipment, the stresses and the limits that we're going to push ourselves. I still don't know what those limits are yet, right? But I know I've already been told that you are going to push. You're driving, like, it doesn't matter how good a driver you are on the highway. You're going to be putting everything you've got on the line once you get on that ice road. Everything you've got is going to be put to the test on that ice road. And that is what I want. I want to test myself. I want to test my limits. I want to
Balls
test my
to
abilities.
the wall, man.
I
Like,
want to go as far as I can because, like I said, this is kind of the end game. This is the end for me. There's nothing bigger after this, right? Unless you want to seatbelt me into my truck and strap me to one of the rockets and send me to Mars. This is it for me. So I want to go big with it, and I
but
want
yeah,
to.
this is the biggest thing. Like, I think,
I want to take all of you with me and just
yeah.
let you see. But I want you to see honestly what we're doing. I don't want it, produced and reproduced and edited all the shit like you see on the Discovery Channel and all that. I just want you to see,
It's so exciting. It's
and
so.
that's what I want. That's all I'm doing. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There's some money involved, right? I'm not doing this for free or for
Oh no, I'm just so happy for you. Like this is like some cool shit. If there was any YouTube content, right? Like this is it. You know what I mean? And I know it's going to be great, and I just want you to know that I'm going to be praying for you the whole time.
Thank you.
And I'm not, well, a lot of times I'm trying to stay busy driving and stuff, and I can't, I don't take a lot of time to make a lot of comments anymore so much right now because I'm at it. but
Yeah.
I wanted to like tell you to your face instead of just put it in the comments. But just know through the whole journey, I'm gonna be back here like and praying for you and making sure that just
Thank you.
I want your family to be comforted while you're out there, and I want you to be safe, and I want to know that like you were just like having the best fun of your whole life.
Well,
It's
so
gonna be
far, I'll be
awesome.
honest with you. So far, I am having a good time. I really
Yeah.
am. Maybe I'm not sitting here and I'm not bouncing up and down out of my seat or anything, but I am having fun. There's a lot to learn, and I'm good with that. I have no problem learning. Right? Nobody's ever, too good to. Nobody's ever going to stop learning. There's a lot to learn, but so far, I'm like, pardon my mouth. I'm looking around, going, this is fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like this is really fucking
Yeah,
cool.
soak it in, man, and go grab it with both hands. I think it's awesome. So I love you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step out so we don't get I don't want to hold up a spot, but I just wanted to get that out. I gotta finish my laundry. Umberto and Dodie, love you guys too. I'll talk to you later.
Hey,
Thanks,
bye.
Shannon. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna
Love
finish
you.
my I'll be in the chat. I'm just gonna listen while I'm folding my underwear and stuff.
Hey,
No
Brian.
problem.
The 105 is rough if I have snow and ice, and then you have the blow winds. Only if it's that. If it's no ice, it's okay. And then you
Dude,
have like
I was up and down the 105 yesterday. It's smooth as glass. It's beautiful.
yeah, but I'm talking about if you have like snow and like blowing winds.
Well, I'm not worried about blowing winds, and I'm not worried about too much snow. I was on the 105 yesterday. We went up it with the loads, and we came down bobtail, and it's a good road. It's a really good road.
Yeah, it's a
so
good road.
I was all good with that. Yeah.
You have some couple miles with gravel also, but that's when you get out.
Yeah. Dodalina.
Hi, how are you?
My senorita. How are you?
Hi Umberto, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up?
I wanted to say, Brian, I'm so proud of you,
Thank you.
You give me chills and tingles all over. I just want you to stay safe. I don't want you to go get sick out there because that would really suck. So just keep yourself warm.
Yeah.
And I know Umberto was out there all the time too. So same goes
No.
for you too.
Let me correct you. I never did ice road tracking, like on a lake. I never did it. I did on ice road on the roads, but never on a lake. Let me correct that. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. It's very dangerous the roads on uphills and curves. That the ice, maybe. I never did ice, so I cannot say.
Yeah.
The first thing that most people have said to me when they found out what I'm doing, the first thing they say is, "Are you crazy?" That's the first thing they say to me. And then after you tell them, okay, well, this is what I'm doing, then they kind of, their head comes around and they go, yeah, okay. But the first thing they always say is, "Are you nuts? Like, are you not right in the head? What's wrong with you? Why would you want to drive across a frozen lake in a truck?"
For money.
Exactly.
Well, I remember when I was driving a lumber truck when I started. And then I started driving an armored truck. And the drivers that I knew at the lumberyard, they're telling me, where did you come up with that you're driving an armored truck now? And I tell them, I look for opportunities. I told them that's what I do. And that's what you did. I'm thinking, you looked for that opportunity and it was there. You had all the qualifications.
And you know what?
Cody, you know what? I didn't go looking for this. Believe it or not, the company I work for is KBD. And we were bought out by a larger company. And that company does this every single year. And then they called us going, "Do you guys have any drivers that would be interested in doing this?" And when they asked, I answered the call and said, "Yeah, I did, Jeremy did, and Sean did. All three of us from our company did." And that's how that came to. Like it fell into my lap,
That's cool.
right? It
Yeah.
just literally fell into my lap, and it's funny because for years, you know, I've done everything, just a lot like you, right? I did flat. The only thing I never pulled is tankers, right? But I've pulled every
Yeah.
other configuration of trailers, flatbeds, oversized, you know, all of it. And then I've always wanted to do the ice roads. For years, I applied to those companies like on up north during the, you know, when the Ice Road Trucking Show came out and all. I applied, but I never even got as much as a call back because, you know, there's 200 jobs and they got 40,000 applications. So,
Yeah, I know.
you know, and I always just put it in my head that, you know what, I'm probably, this is going to be one of the things on my bucket list that I probably am not going to get to do. And then Dar and I were talking about it, and then sure as shit, not 2 weeks later, I got the email, and I didn't even see it. Dar saw the email first, and she called me right away, and she says to me, she goes, "Did you read that email?" And I went, "No." And I read the email, and she's like, "Well, you have to go." Like my wife didn't even say, my wife didn't even ask me, "Are you thinking about it?" or "Do you want to go?" Dar looked at me or on the phone to me, and she's going, "Well, you gotta go,
Oh,
right?"
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go if because they do check your resume,
Yeah.
right? They do check your resume. They want to make sure that you've got, you know, like I said earlier, is like there's nobody here. The one guy that we've got with us, his name is Sean. He's got 6 years driving experience, and he is the baby.
He's the
Everybody
rookie.
else, everybody else is senior, and I mean, you know, 20 plus years,
Wow.
right? And that's
Yeah.
what they wanted. So, but they did take Sean, right? Because
Oh.
you know he was qualified, so they took him.
Well, I
But
was
they
going to
went
tell.
through the resume, they checked, and they asked questions. You know, when you were they're asking me when you were working oversized, like what were you pulling, what sizes, what weights, what equipment are you familiar with? Because if you come out into this yard, they've got RGN configurations out here, Dottie, that I've never seen before. Like shit, they've got equipment and shit out here to pull specialized stuff
Uh-huh.
that and there's two at the back over there that they last year they had a contract for something. I don't know what the hell it was. They didn't have the trailer, so they built them.
Wow.
That's how much money is involved in this kind of stuff, right? They actually built the trailer just for that contract.
Well, there's a couple of questions I want to ask though.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I've tried to get in there too, like you, and it's like nothing, right? But I want to, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to say for you to recommend me or nothing like that, but if you can show me a way to get in, I would love it. I would do it. I would do it. And my other question.
Hold on, Humberto, hold on.
I'm gonna answer that question.
Go ahead.
Hold on a minute. Let her finish talking.
Okay. And my other question is, like, okay, the lines on the hoses and stuff. Do you extras like the airlines and stuff? Because it's so cold. I know you guys from Canada, both of you guys, but I've experienced this sub-below weather up there in Minnesota and Montana and stuff. I know it gets cold up there.
Yeah.
And like I remember first time I went to what was it, Fargo, it was 25 below. My glasses shattered because they were so darn cold. But do you guys do they make you like insulate your lines or anything?
No. What
they're just like that. Okay? Wow.
What all my airlines going from my truck to my trailer, right? With my glad hands. We don't use, you know, you see the plastic ones, the blue and the red plastic lines.
Yeah, those don't last.
You do not use those, right? So what I've got is I've got the standard regular rubber ones. I've got them wrapped, okay, and that's how I've got them. And I've got a spare set ready to go with the connectors and everything all set up on them. So if I bust one or one breaks, I've got another set and the tools right here to change them out. Now, all of the hoses on the truck, I've actually got extra spare hoses. Any of the hoses for, going from your air to air, your coolant hoses, your rad coolant hoses, your upper rad coolant, anything of the, like all the ones on your truck that are, those blue and black ones, the rubber neoprene ones. I went and bought extra ones of those, right? So I've got extra hoses and extra clamps if I have to change any of those out. But there's nothing special. There's nothing special you really have to do.
Okay.
Some of these guys have the wrap, like the engine wrap under the bottom.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you call it. I just call it like the engine wrap, right? They've got the
That's
wrap
what
on it.
That's one thing I was thinking of putting on my truck.
Right.
But for
A lot of
salt
guys-
reasons.
Not a lot of them. I know that there's at least 2 of them over there that they've got them. And if this was something that I was going to do every year, then I would consider probably doing that as well. But other than that, no, you don't really have to. You don't have to do it because, like I say, for a truck like yours, you don't have the EGR and you don't have the DPF. And you know how I like to make fun of you because, oh yeah, fuel mileage.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Now I'm about to turn this around and go, your truck would be perfect for this because you don't have to turn your truck off. You don't have to worry about clogging your DPF. You don't have to worry about your EGR. You've got, what do you got? You got what motor do you got? You've got a cat, don't you? A C15 cat.
Uh-huh.
Right. So your truck can run indefinitely. You never have to turn it off. So you don't have to worry about, freezing your truck up or your truck getting cold or anything like that. So everything in your truck would stay warm. There's another guy. There's another guy here. He's got the same truck as yours, almost the same truck, except it's blue instead of black. And he said last year, the whole time he was up there, he never turned the truck off once.
Yeah. That's why
Right?
I was thinking I would love to go up there, I mean, it's too late now, I'm thinking, but and plus I still got it. I'm sorry?
It's too late in the season now
Yeah.
to get up here. But like, for example, the company that I'm with is a Canadian company. So I could recommend you to work for this company, but then you're working for a Canadian. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah. Well, I'm single, it's just me and my little dog, but
Dodie,
I'm single. I can go anywhere.
I can find that information out for you, though.
I'd appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay. I can
for the
certainly
next
ask.
season.
I know that there's people in here that would probably have the answers to that because we're not the only company that does this type of shit.
Yeah,
right?
I know. Yeah,
Right?
it's a pretty
the
big
company
place.
that I'm here with that I work for, they handle most of Manitoba and Saskatchewan. But there's other companies. There's another big one. The other big one up here is called Precision, and they do like Saskatchewan, Alberta, and northern BC. And then they even do some of the stuff like North Dakota, northern Montana, like all that kind of shit as well. So, your best bet, because you're American, your best bet would find a company out of Alaska.
Brian.
Right?
Brian.
Go ahead, Umberto.
That's what I was going to tell her. Yes, 2 days ago, I did call Carlisle Transportation. They are based in Alaska, but they have the one yards in Edmonton, Canada. That's why I called them, because I live in Canada. I cannot go to Alaska and stay in Alaska. I have to go and come back. I cannot lodge inside of Alaska. So, but for you, Dodi, is perfect. Call them, Carlisle Transportation. I have here the number. If you want it, I can tell you, but you can check online anyway.
Okay.
I did talk to the guy 2 days ago. I checked it in Edmonton. I don't have any opportunities, but in people live in US, yes. So it's good for you. You can call them.
Okay.
And Carlisle is a big company. I think it's one of the biggest in Alaska.
Well, I'm thinking of not like now. It's already too late. Like
no, but for the next
Brian
year.
said, for next year, that way I can start preparing myself and start psyching and start growing that thick skin you guys got up there.
I want to do it, but
I mean, I look at it this way. I've been driving like you, Brian. I don't know how long you've been driving, Umberto, but we've been driving a long time. It's like, what else is there to do with me?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it? Oversized for me, right? I've even told you. I'd like to do that. Just climb to the top. That's what I want to do. I want to climb to the top and
Yeah.
say, yeah, I've done it. Okay, now I can rest my trucking career, and even if it's going up there and not getting a bigger truck, but
Yeah. That's
yeah,
kind of how I'm looking at this.
yeah,
Okay. This for me is the top of my mountain. In my not in my life, but I'm like
yeah,
in
top
my
of your
life, the top
career,
of my mountain is my family, my wife, and my children. But
of
in my
course,
trucking career, this is the top of my mountain,
you
right?
accomplished it.
So, and this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm very fortunate that it's happened now, because another 3 years from now, I would have missed this opportunity,
I know.
right? So I'm fortunate that I've got this chance to do it, and the cool thing is, I'm gonna try the best I can to take you guys along for the ride.
Well, I've been trying for years, and long before I met you, and when I first started seeing ice road truckers, not because of Lisa Kelly, but
Yeah.
me and my dad used to watch it, right? And I was like, I would like to do that. Just it was like out of curiosity, but then as time grew, I would really like to do it. How do you get in there? Life
Yeah.
happened, and you know what? I'm as close as I can right now to getting in there. I just got to get my ducks in a row. And once I can do that, I think
Dottie,
I got a good
I got no
chance.
doubt. I got no doubt that out of Anchorage, because Humberto said Carlisle, and Carlisle is one of the biggest ones, right? They're the ones that were on the Ice Road Trucker show and all that, but they're not the only ones, right?
No.
There's out of Anchorage, I think there's four companies that do ice road trucking up there. Carlisle just happened to be the one that got hooked up with the TV show.
Yeah.
Right. But there's actually
History Channel.
There's four of them up there. And because you're an American, you can go to Alaska. It's an American state, right? So you'd have to drive through British Columbia to get there. That's no big deal. You can do that. You could go up there and you can run the ice roads in Alaska, and bam, you could do it. But I would suggest this: if it's something that you seriously want to do for next year, apply now.
Okay.
Apply now, because the for some reason this hasn't worked out the way, because with the drivers and everything. But I know for a fact that those guys up there, because I applied for years, and the guy told me, he said, we got and this was at Carlisle, we've got 200 spots and we've got 40,000 applications. Right.
Yeah.
So they're and that's good for them, because that means that they're picking the best of the best. Right. That's what they're doing. But if there's four companies with the amount of years you've got, with the type of work that you do, with all of that in place, you'd probably be a really good candidate. You'd qualify. I qualified. You'd definitely qualify.
I don't know. You're probably a better driver than I am.
I'm one of these drivers, right?
Well,
oh yeah, okay.
I gotta tell you something. I wore something just for you. See, can you see it?
Smoking hot, packing heat. There,
Yep.
girl. There, girl.
This one's for you, okay? And,
Thank you.
You too, Alberto. You're awesome. I love you. You guys are awesome. And
hold on, we're gonna try Robin one more time.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. You guys keep freezing on me.
Hi, Robin.
Hi, how's it going? Yeah, this isn't gonna work.
Oh, you sleep, huh? Finally.
Finally.
Yeah, I won't be on here long.
Did you finally go to bed or what?
Yeah, I did, man. Holy shit, I was up for 41 hours.
Why?
I don't know. I just couldn't sleep.
Why?
I wasn't on drugs. Like, I was smoking my vape pen, drinking some beers. I just didn't fucking sleep.
Well, you took something the other, was it yesterday or something? You did something that freaked me out. I'm like, what is he doing?
It's a little bit of the wife. Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you did the tongue thing or no?
I don't think.
No, we actually banged, but I thought I had a wet dream and I was trying to hide it and I forgot we banged. I just dozed off for like 10 minutes.
Dude, if I publicly said, yeah, I had sex with my wife, but then I forgot that I did it, my wife would kill me.
Oh yeah.
Darlene would absolutely murder me if I said that. That would be the end of my. Never mind my trucking career. That would be the end of my life.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you would. Yeah, Dar's a queen.
Hold on 1 second. I just got to turn my heat up a bit. The temperature up here, it doesn't just gradually, like slowly, like it doesn't go from like -5 to -6, and then an hour later it's -7. It goes from like if we started out here tonight, it was like -16, and now all of a sudden it's like -22, and like this is like 2 hours later, it went from -16 to -22, and the temperature is just dropping. Like my bunk heater has been fine up until this point, and now all of a sudden, like my feet are cold, my legs are cold, and it's like it's cold in here. I just got to go I got to go give my heater one more.
Yeah, over here is -16, Brian.
Really? You guys want to know how cold it is here?
No, I don't.
What's 15 centimeters of snow falling today? I'm working tomorrow morning.
It's too cold to snow, right?
I mean-
Snow can't
Yeah.
come at -16. It's too cold.
No,
Right.
now it's snowing just a bit. 1 second. Look, there's the snow the guys have over here on the parking.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Alma, Quebec.
Okay. Yeah, it's 45 degree here. I'm in Pennsylvania, near Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to go there a lot.
Yeah.
Passing by. No.
In fact,
Nevada, I've got the engine heater. I've got the engine. I don't have to run my truck. And I've got the auto start. So if my batteries, I can run my bunk heater for about 12, 13 hours before the battery's got to be regenerated or recharged. So I had turned the truck off. I was idling the truck. I had to idle the truck for about an hour just before I started this. So my batteries were fresh. So I'm probably good until about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And at this temperature, like -16, -20, -25, the engine heater will keep the engine. The engine will keep it. So I don't have to idle it. I'm all good. If I turn my key, here, I'll do it right now. It's I'm just going by the gauge on the truck, right? But let's just say it's -21, but my engine temperature gauge right now is showing about 155. So if I turn my vent on, turn my fan on, I've got warm air blowing out of my vents right now. And my truck's been shut off for 2.5 hours right now at this temperature.
keep that thing conditioned. Keep that thing.
Well, yeah, of course. Before I left, that was one of the things. Check your bunk heater. Make sure
filters
get it taken in for a tune-up. Make sure your batteries. I had all my batteries tested, and all that. So, I had all of that done and taken care of. So, I wanted to make sure that the truck was in good shape for this. It was also part of the deal was that I did have to hand my truck over to them, and let them inspect it to make sure that it would be okay up here.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's obvious. Yeah, because you can't just hand it to one of these mechanics further south.
I gave it to their mechanics that have been doing this. So I was good that way. Nevada, you have an engine block plugged in? No, I can plug it into. I've got an engine block heater that I can plug in if I want to, but my APU has the system cycle that runs and keeps the engine warm as well.
Oh wow,
So no,
that's
I
cool.
don't have to
nice.
worry about that.
That's cool.
Cool. That's nice.
Yeah. I
I
never
thought
heard.
the thing you have is only for the cab, but now you're saying for the engine also is that's
Oh yeah,
fantastic.
like I said, my engine's at 155. Now when I start the engine and it runs for a couple of minutes and the coolant and everything starts to flow, the temperature will drop probably down to about 120, 130.
Yeah, because you have cold coolant on the
Right.
reservoir.
There's cold coolant somewhere else in the system, but once it doesn't matter. Like I can blow. No, you're right. It's not helping my oil temperature, but then I've got a magnetic oil pan heater that keeps my engine oil at 210 degrees when
That's
the
good.
truck's parked. So I've got that running as well. So my engine oil is, well, it says it's at 210, but I doubt that. But it's still liquid. Like when I start the truck in the morning, the engine oil is instantly being drawn up. It's not sitting down there like sludge waiting for the engine to warm up.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
but
have.
the Ford is 150.
Yeah. So the engine itself is 150. The engine oil is probably 100 plus.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I'm not going out with a temperature gauge and measuring it, but I'm just, whatever.
Yeah.
It's enough to make sure that the truck is safe or the truck is protected, right? I didn't want to come up here and have any issues with temperature, with heat, with anything like that. I wanted to make sure that it was taken care of. So
Well, you're gonna have to start chaining here pretty soon. You're gonna get good at it, huh?
This sucks shit, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I haven't put chains on a truck in 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to have to watch a YouTube video to do it.
You have doubles or what? You have singles, Brian?
They have doubles here now. I don't
I have
actually have to
doubles.
watch. I don't have to watch a YouTube video because we've got guys here that they can do it like that. So I think depending tomorrow, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these guys and ask him, like, if you got half an hour, like I could use a refresher here. Like, I know the steps and how to do it. I know the idea, but I just haven't done it in so damn long.
So long, I know.
I'm going to say,
That's all I am. I haven't put chains on in a long time.
Let's drag out a set of chains. What is the easiest and safest way to do this? Like, how do you guys put these things on? Like hook me up here. And you know what, if it takes half an hour of standing out, actually the shop is empty right now. They got like a 10 bay shop in there, a truck, it'll hold 10 trucks and it's empty. And I'll just ask him, like, can I back my truck in and have one of the boys show me how to put some chains on these things?
Yeah.
Because we've already been told there are going to be a couple of times where you probably will need chains if the temperature gets too cool or too warm, right? As long as the temperature stays super cold, you won't need chains. But as soon as it starts to warm up and the ice starts to get a little soft, right? And there's a little bit of moisture on top, that's when you start sliding and you lose traction. So
I didn't know that. That's really sub-zero.
Yeah, it's funny as hell because they want ideal temperatures is -30.
Well, don't you guys have that temperature where you guys live up there in Canada? I mean, like,
yeah, but we don't have it
far
for
up
extended.
We don't have it for extended. North are you?
Where I live, I might get a couple of days at -25, -30, but then it doesn't. Up where I'm going, yeah, like you get it for 7, 8, 10, 12 days straight, right? Remember, I'm going significantly farther north than where I live, right? Where my house is. If you drew a line from my house across the earth, my house is probably parallel with Fargo, North Dakota. Right? That's how far south my house is in southern Ontario. Right? I'm probably about where Fargo is.
Yeah, like latitude.
Right. So if you look at a map of say Fargo or somewhere around there, and then you look at Winnipeg, and then if you go like another 200 miles farther north of Winnipeg or 300 miles north of Winnipeg, that's a big
Yeah.
That's a lot of distance. Like you are
Yeah, the
going
further
north.
with latitude, that's you go further up,
Exactly.
it gets cold.
You
Exactly.
are in the same height like New Brunswick, but of course New Brunswick is on the east side. You are on the west side.
Right.
It's funny that you said New Brunswick because I was in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and then I came over here to New Brunswick. Oh no, I got loaded, and I'm going to New Brunswick, Georgia.
Yeah, but I'm talking about New Brunswick, but it's a province
And then
in
you say
Canada.
New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Something about New Brunswick this weekend, I don't know. But I got to tell you, I'm going down there near where Mark lives. We were just talking the other day because
Oh, you're
he's
going
off.
down to Georgia?
Yeah, I'm going down there right in his neck of the woods. He doesn't even know it yet. If he's on there, maybe he knows now. But
Well, I haven't seen him here. I saw him on. I think he was on James Best last night for a while. Who's that? Hold on. There we go.
Nevada.
690.
Howdy, hey.
What's going on?
Oh, just breakdowns, the usual.
oh,
Ew.
that's a
Wow.
bummer.
That's not good, man.
Breakdowns, the usual. Yeah, I haven't seen Britton here tonight,
Yeah,
which is
so-
really odd because he's usually one of our biggest
getting
supporters
cold.
as well, eh?
Yeah, he
So,
is.
Yeah.
He's busy having fun.
Well, if he's going down, if you're going down there, hopefully you can hook up with him because he's off right now getting work on his truck.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking
Right?
of going
So
because
if-
I'm going
if
to
you
go
could-
down there and take my 34-hour break. So
Well, that'd be perfect.
that'd be
Right?
perfect.
That'd be awesome. And make
Yeah.
sure you obviously get some pictures and
I'll try and take a live. It'll be like Monday or Tuesday night or something. Plus, still Wednesday, I'm still going to do my regular show. But you might hear something from me Monday sometime during the day again. I'll do something like that,
Right
like I
on.
did the other day. And hey, buddy, how are you doing?
I'm good.
What's going on there, part-time driver?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I've been actually been hustling this week. I've been running them auto parts still, and then I've been trying to get this truck DOT'd. I've been running into some issues with that. So, but I think I got to the bottom of it. So I took it in to get DOT'd. They found an air leak, which right on the air tank. They had to order the part, and it was like 4 days to get a valve, a quick connect valve, and then they're like, "Oh, we can't pass you because your truck doesn't have a reverse light." I'm like, "Reverse light?" I said, "It doesn't even have one in here." So they're like, well,
"Hey, Roger boy!"
Someone must have modified the wiring. So I had to go to Freightliner to get the wiring schematic for the truck to prove that the truck was never manufactured with a reverse light.
Wow.
They
it
never-
wasn't-
What
They
year?
never
Hold on.
proved-
What year is that truck? That's a 13.
It's a 13. It would never came with one. It was never manufactured with a reverse light.
Wouldn't have had a problem if it was a Kenworth.
Yeah, my fault was because I was going to go. I figured someone had modified it, right? They took it out. So I was going to just order the whole rear wiring harness and redo it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I go up there and say, I just need a whole rear lighting wiring harness to take care of this. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't have a reverse light. You're wasting your time. So I had to get the wiring schematic. So now I have to drive around with a wiring schematic in case the DOT gives me a hard time with it. But it finally passed DOT.
So hold on.
Wow.
As long as you can prove that the truck never came with it, you don't have to have it?
Correct.
No
It's like-
shit.
I never knew that.
It's like
I didn't
seatbelts.
know that. I thought one way or the
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
yeah.
either have it wired
It's like-
in or what?
like
Law,
seatbelts,
the
right?
law same here.
Yeah, like seatbelts. Cars never come with seatbelts. Now, you're not required to have seatbelts in the car, right?
No, over here seatbelts have to be installed after 2017, I think.
Never knew that reefers were so loud.
I didn't.
Hi, Robert.
Uh,
I didn't know that. That's that's good to know.
Yeah, I learned
I-
something new this week as well.
I didn't mean to call you Charlie, Robert. I called you Charlie the other day. Oops.
all right. Charlie.
I'm sorry.
I watched your rugby video. Stuart, I watched your rugby video.
Yeah.
yeah, that was a
Oh, fucking hell, it was immense that. I commented on it. I said that fucking rugby. No,
Very
no
talkative
pants.
night, huh?
You're not soft.
we won that tournament, dude. We won that tournament as well.
Yeah, cool.
Does anybody know what the fuck Robert just said?
No,
Yeah,
That
mate.
tournament.
I did
Stuart,
live in England, but I did not understand anything.
I'm only talking to Stuart, so it didn't matter whether
Yeah,
anybody
that's what I
else
mean, right?
understood, did it?
The fucking two of you are sitting there talking, and the rest of us are like, yeah, okay. Here, I'm just gonna go grab another drink. You keep talking. I don't have a clue what the fuck you're saying. Sterling, you're full of shit. You didn't have a clue what the hell they were saying. Don't lie. I don't give a shit what you're saying.
Even my Google Translate was working overtime there.
Yeah, like, right. I gotta sit here with my phone like this beside with the Google Translate, so I know what the hell Robert's talking about.
Even Google Translate can't translate what I say.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
The question is, what's the language? Northern Shite to English?
Watch my videos. Watch my videos. And
They're
put
good
the
too. I like
you know
them.
the transcript on the bottom.
Yeah,
You can put the transcript on, can't you?
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
but
that's
even the transcript, Robert, your
Yeah,
transcript will
well,
come
you're
across.
Put
Every
that
second word is a
on. Put
question.
that on
Every
and see
second
what
word is
the
a question
Google
mark.
thinks
Nobody's
I'm
what the fuck
saying.
you're
Comes up with all sorts of fucking shite. I'm not even saying it.
Hey, hey, Brian, I got a question. Have
Yeah.
you seen those night lights, the auroras yet?
Oh, the Aurora Borealis?
Yeah,
The northern lights?
yeah.
No, I'm not far enough north, but I will. I've already been told that where we're going, yes, we will see them.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, you got to take a picture of that.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. There's certain things, like I was saying earlier, there's certain things that the company has asked me not to film or show, right? Having to do with certain types of equipment or certain loads that we're bringing in. And I have to respect that. And I got no problem with that. But anything to do with the actual ice roads, I can roll the cameras that are in the truck. I can, like, on the roads, on the lakes, I can roll all of that. The camps, all of that, like the base camps, I can roll all of that. Like the northern lights. Oh yeah, Dottie, if I get a shot of the northern lights and all that, definitely.
Ryan,
Because
have you got your drone with you? Have
What's
you got
that?
your drone?
No, I wished I did, Robert. I wished I did, but when we were we took the drone, we took it all out, and before I came up, we were getting it all ready, and then there was a cord missing. I was missing a cord, a special cord, and there wasn't enough time to order it on Amazon, and I couldn't get it at Best Buy.
Oh, bummer.
I was fucked, right?
Yeah, I want to see some like you up over the top of Ice Road.
Well,
Forget it.
No, that
Forget it. Go
really
home.
cool. No, it would have been cool because you can take the drone and just put it up above you, and you can set it to follow you. I don't even have to do anything with it. I can just drive the truck, and the drone will stay above me and just follow the truck.
You put it trailer too if you wanted to. You're going slow enough.
Well, that's exactly.
I'm here, Brian.
Yeah, I know, but Roberto,
You never get out of here.
You know, the cord I was missing, Umberto, is the one to charge the control pad.
This one here. Is one thing, but it has two wires. Look.
Yeah.
It has this one here. 1 second. The fuck? Where's the camera? Was this one? And it has that one also.
The big one I have. The little one I don't. I need
that
the
one
one
is for the batteries. That one is for the battery. And this one here is for the control.
Right. I don't have that.
Yeah, but you can buy on KZZ, man. Just don't buy, because it's gonna be like $200. Just buy on KZZ like for $20, man.
Well, that's what I was trying to do, but I didn't have enough time. I didn't have enough time.
Hey, Stuart, did you get a haircut?
Yeah,
Yeah.
about a couple of weeks back. It was probably about a month ago.
Oh, okay. It looks really short.
I've had an haircut.
Your control is a bit different. Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I need. That's what I need, right? The cord to charge that.
Your control is a bit different, Brian. Or is the same?
How old are you, Stuart?
No, mine's a little different than that.
37.
Because this one I can
How old?
plug the
37.
tablet.
And I'm 58. Look at that hair.
Oh, dude, I'm 53. Look at this dome.
Yeah.
I'm 58. Look at all this hair I've got. Oh, look at this.
10 years, I'm going to be bald. It runs
And
in
he's
the family.
still, he's still black. I don't dye it. I don't dye it.
No, dude.
You can put your phone.
As soon as I started to lose it, like I came in with the gray hair on the side, and I still had like enough hair up there, but then as soon as I got that one little bald spot at the back, right back there, that started, and that spot, it just started to spread. And as soon as it got to the point where I had, like the Star Trek show of Jean-Luc Picard, and he's just got that hair that go like that. As soon as I got that, I went, no, fuck it, and I just shaved it. So now I just keep it, like right now it needs to be shaved.
Well, the funny thing about men, when they're boys, their head is up here, and when they get older, their hair goes down here.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was joking around with Jeremy, going, I'm losing it up here, but it's all growing out of my fucking ears and out of my nipples and out of
Out your nose.
right?
Comes out your nose.
Yeah.
It seems to come from the top of your head. Comes from the top of your head. And then it comes out your nose. It's like,
Dude,
dude,
I used to make fun of those old men at the park. Those old guys at the park, they'd be sitting there at the park feeding the pigeons, and they got like these great big bushes growing out of their ears, and they've got these eyebrows that are all squirrely and everything like that. That's me. That's me.
You're not that old.
Dude, if I don't manscape all of this, oh, you guys don't know. You wouldn't even be looking at me. You'd be like, oh.
Manscape. That's a flaming jungle that you've got on your chin. Manscape's the jungle.
It's like pulling weeds in the Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah. So the only thing I don't really groom is this. Right? I don't do a lot with this, but everything else, Jen, give it a rest. Look at Jen Northern, trim that shit. Nope.
Yeah, we got wildlife in there, Brian.
Are you kidding? If I hit it hard enough, a bird will fly out. I guarantee you.
Or you might find some French fries or something in there. Yeah.
No, no food ever stays in there. But I was eating a sub today, right? I was sitting there with Sean. I was eating a sub, and I had like a little bit of sauce dripped out of the sub, and it was sitting in my beard, and I didn't know it, right? And of course, we finish eating and everything, and we get up to leave, and Sean's like, "Hey, dude, like you gotta like." He doesn't want to say you got food in your beard. So of course, I'm sitting there like, "What?" Like. He's like, you got shit in your fucking beard, man. Like, clean that shit up, right? And I'm like,
yeah, you got something hanging from your nose there,
Yeah. Christ. TJ's back. TJ's a full advocate for men with curves.
Men with curves. I ain't got that.
Yeah. Sterling's right. I keep it bushy so I can burn it if I need to, in case I stay warm.
Yeah.
You know what I did not bring? No, I will be going as soon as I get the chance. I will be going to Walmart. And it's funny because I usually have them in every other truck. Is the warm? Those candles, the long burning candles that you have for emergencies.
I have some.
You know what? I don't have any.
Ooh.
I don't have any because I know that you can put 2 of those candles. Like if you close your middle curtain and you put 2 of those candles on the floor, you can get 8 hours out of those of keeping you warm. Those candles will keep you warm for 8 hours.
Yeah, keep you warm.
I'm actually gonna go and get probably 5 or 6 of those candles.
There's a Walmart up there?
Well, yeah, I'm right now where I
I didn't know
am.
there was Walmart.
I'm only like 15 miles north of Winnipeg,
Oh, okay.
right?
Where are you?
An
Where
oil
Well,
lantern
forget it.
keeps the
Forget it.
heat out. An oil lantern. An oil lantern.
an oil, yeah, but I can't take an oil lantern,
Right.
right? Can't take,
They keep the
dude. If
heat
I
out.
could take, same with we're not allowed to take a like propane stoves or anything like
Right.
that. You're not allowed to take them on Indian Reserve land. If you get caught with a propane tank in your truck, they'll take it off your truck.
How about a diesel one?
You know what, Stuart? I never asked about a diesel one. Now what I do have is I've got, you know, like the work torches, like the blue propane torch with the for, you know, just for soldering and shit like that.
Gas.
Yeah, the ones you light your cigars with.
Yeah, map gas.
Yeah, something like that. I've got one of those, and because it's considered a work tool, it passes. I'm okay to have it. But if I had like one of the small Coleman green barbecue fucking propane tanks, no, not allowed to have it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
reservations. I know because we're Navajo Nation and stuff. They're real strict about what if I make a delivery in there. I've been to some places where they will search my truck, and these are the reservation Indians in the Southwest.
You're at their mercy.
Sound worse than fucking French.
No. when it comes to the native land, not that I don't want to sound crude or ignorant in any way, but when it comes to the native Canadians and the native land and shit, myself personally, I really don't give a rat's ass. Right? The rights and the shit that these guys have, and what they think they should be allowed to do to us, I don't give a rat's ass. Like, if you want to inspect my truck just because you think you have the right to,
exactly.
Well, you're going to do it, and there's nothing I can do, but I'm not going to be happy about it, and I'm going to let you know. But on the other hand, for some reason, they've got, if I'm on native land and I get out of line just that much.
Yeah. Don't call somebody a cunt. He gets that.
They are. And you know what?
I kind of feel like
I got too much tied up in this to be sent home.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I really do.
Yeah, just.
How's that gonna look, eh? How's that gonna look on if I come walking in the door and Dar's like, what the hell happened? Oh, I pissed off a couple of Indians. Right? Like, that's gonna look real good, right? I'd rather lie and tell her I got into a bar fight with, you know, five oil riggers and, you know, something like that.
Well, at first you said there's like a bunch of people that started up with you, and then only half of them ended up going.
Yeah.
I remember you said that. Why did they not continue on?
Because they're scared.
Like me.
No,
they realize that they end up fucking back off after 2 weeks.
When the call went out, right? When the call went out, they said, okay, this is what we're doing. This is what we need. The call went out. Everybody got their big macho egos. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, right on. But then after they said, yeah, I'll do it, they had time to think about it. Right? And they're going, oh, fuck, I don't know. You know, that's, it's a little dangerous. You know, I'm going to be gone away from home for 8, maybe 10 weeks. You know. So then once they've had time to think about it, then then when the call came in and said, okay, we're ready to go, 10 of them out of the 22, 10 of them went, nah, you know what? Maybe next year. Something came up. I got my hamster's in the hospital and it needs an operation or something stupid.
Yeah, any little excuse. Yep.
I wish I was working in your company, Brian.
Yeah, I can see, I can picture that, you know, that first they go with a big ego, and then when they get hit, reality hits them.
It does.
You know,
I'm probably one of them 10. I like
only the strong survive.
The idea sounds good, but the reality of it being cold all the time, I don't know if it's. I mean, look, maybe go up for a day or two, yeah. But to do it for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 weeks, nah, you can keep it.
Well,
Yeah.
they've also said that, like, let's say however many they end up getting, let's say out of the 22 they lost 12, or sorry, they lost 10, so there's 12 of us, and so let's say they get a couple more, let's say they get 15 or 16. By about week 3 or 4, they anticipate that a couple guys will start dropping off. They're like, no, fuck this ain't for me, right? I'm not doing this.
That's how it is with a lot of industries, though.
Well,
even when I was,
it is.
Yeah, like when I was even acting, there was a lot of people that, yes, I want to be in front of the camera. And then when it really came down to it, all the work involved, you saw people just dropping off and they didn't want nothing to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
These are guys and girls. I'm not just talking about guys, but I can see that clearly how not everybody would really want to.
So can I. I can certainly understand that, guys at first, they think about it and think it's a great idea. And I had the same thoughts, right? I volunteered right away and I still had the same thoughts. I was like, okay, I'm going to be gone for a minimum of 8 weeks, possibly a little bit longer. I'm going to be dealing with extreme cold, maybe a little bit of loneliness. Let's face it, you're driving across a lake at 8 miles an hour. That's fucking boring. Right? Dude, you can't even set your cruise control.
Won't even set, will it?
You can't even set your cruise control, right?
Well, may I say something?
But hold on, Dottie.
Cruise control is set to 8 miles an hour.
Everybody give 2 thumbs up for Brian.
Thank you. Now, I did learn a little trick. One of the guys here said, because the trucks, so what you do is with your truck, you take a broom handle, right? You just take a fucking broom handle and you take it with you. And then you start when you get on the road, you get yourself to 8 miles an hour. And then you wedge your broom handle, or you measure your broom handle from where you would put it on the pedal to the bottom, to your seat, and then make a line, and then you cut it. And then you may have to keep cutting it a little, a quarter inch, until you get it so that the broom handle will hold the pedal right at 8 miles an hour. They've been doing it for years up here. And
that's the old-fashioned cruise control. That's the I
used
to do that.
So I'm prepared to run down to Walmart and spend $200,000 on a fucking broom handle if I have to, because I'm not keeping my foot on that. I'm not keeping my foot on that pedal for 8 miles an hour.
See, this is why. Let me see if I can show you. This is why I have a strong calf on my right, just my right calf. I can't show you, but my right calf is big compared to my left calf, because I'm constantly pressing the accelerator.
Down with me. Before we had automatics, my left calf was bigger because I was on clutch pedal all the time.
No, exactly. if you look at my legs from all the years of driving a manual, my left calf is much bigger than my right calf just from clutching.
Right? Yeah, because of the clutch.
Just from clutching.
It's funny.
I can't show you.
Automatic for a while, right? I went from the standard to the automatic, back to the standard. And I tell you, my left side of my body, my knee, my ankle, my foot, I'd get done at the end.
It was sore.
Yeah, I feel like run a marathon or something. Like,
yeah.
I remember one time, and I got my old ERF with 8 and 13 speed, and I needed a shit, and I'm trying to get to the services before I had to have this shit. And I was coming into the services and I'm clutching it down. And I'm clutching it down. I went, full, and I shit my pants. It was a really tough clutch. You had to really push the clutch in. And I went like, no. Shit my pants. Oh, you're better off with an automatic. You don't have to do all that. You don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wheel Burner Express show. where you will only, this is the only place you will hear a driver say he shit himself while gearing down.
Yeah, now you've got an automatic, you can still nip it and wiggle your way to toilet. Like, oh, keep it.
Yeah.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Before I was having a manual Honda Civic, when I step from the truck to the Honda Civic, sometimes your brain automatically thinks you are on a truck and you try to shift as a trucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah. We were joking about it today that like Dar's got a Honda Civic, right? So when I get out, she picks me up at the truck stop, or she'll pick me up at the truck where I've got the truck parked. She'll go, "Do you want to drive?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, okay." So I'll drive. And I find myself, I get in the car and I'll pull out of the parking lot. And if I'm making a right turn, right, I still make a wide right. I'm driving a fucking Honda Civic, right? It's a tiny little goddamn car, and I'm making a wide right turn, and I'm looking in the mirror to make sure my fucking trailer wheel's clear, right? While I'm in the car. and then today, right, we borrowed one of the pickup trucks to go into Winnipeg and pick up a couple things, and the goddamn scale lights were on, and I turned the signal on, and I fucking drove into the scale in a pickup truck. Oh yeah, looking like a hero here, eh?
Yeah, you're talking about the skill on the left when you went to Manitoba. Yeah, Brian.
Yeah. I fit right in up here, driving into a scale.
Fuck, that place is always open. At least when I go there, they are fucking open, even at night, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, the scale's always open. There's nothing you can do about it.
Do they, is there a lot of scales over there? I mean, like,
yeah, because they run a lot of lumber through here. They run a lot of they run a lot of cement. There's a couple of pits around here. So they run a lot of 4, 5, 6 axle trailers. So, and they've got the scales. It's funny, they've got a scale right on the main highway for the Trans-Canada east and west coming into Winnipeg. And there's a bypass. There's like a ring road, like the U.S. has the bypasses, right, to go around Winnipeg for the trucks and shit. And they put a fucking scale on every, like, north, south, east, and west. So it doesn't matter which way you go, they get you. And they're going after the big tonnage, right? Because if you're pulling 4, 5 axle, 6 axle trailers, that's why they got them. And there's just so many of them. So many.
So if you're overweight, they'll still give you a violation, and if you keep doing it, you'll be out of service completely, or what? I mean, like,
well,
I thought it was a free for all up there.
If you get an overweight, it's the same anywhere, right? You get a ticket plus depending on how big it is, you get a fine.
Yeah, I didn't know they had that up there.
It goes to the carrier, doesn't it?
What's that?
Goes to the carrier, because my brother
and the driver.
Are you sure? Because
the driver is responsible.
My brother gets them on a weekly basis. My brother gets them every week. He's on first name terms with the officer because he drives a single screw pulling doubles for US Foods. So he's not on the gross, but on the axle weight. They get him on the axle weight, and US Foods like every week he's getting one.
Wow, they haven't shut him down
because
yet.
you don't pay attention. You have to weigh your truck.
No, they loaded that way on purpose. They're like, we're not sending another truck down, and they straight up tell him. And my brother's told the DOT. I mean, they're on first name terms. It's crazy.
Yeah, see, up here, the driver takes a ticket and he gets CVOR points. The carrier gets the CVOR points, which affect the insurance. And so the driver gets the points and the fine. The company gets the points, right? So that's how it works in Canada.
Okay, kind of like that's how it works here in the U.S. too.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, being that where you're at, okay, like where Umberto goes, I can see that. But where you're further up north, I didn't know they had all that.
It's the same.
Oh yeah,
it's all the same.
Johnny, all of our scale regulations, with the exception of our weights, we're allowed to run heavier weights in Canada. Right? In the U.S., your scale, your trailer weights for your trailers, for a standard trailer, is you're allowed 34, 34, and 12, right, on your trailer, right? So you're allowed grossing 80,000 pounds. We're allowed 37, 37, and 12.5 on the steers.
Yeah.
You
So
see,
that
that don't
that's
mean
legal.
anything
That's
to me because
normal.
we work in tons.
So your max weight is still 80,000 pounds?
Our
No.
maximum weight's 90.
84.
Our maximum weight's 44 tons, which is 97,000 pounds.
Right.
Wow.
In
Okay.
Canada, we're allowed to run.
But I don't know
84.
what I don't know what the axle weights work out at in pounds.
We're allowed.
We've
We're
got
allowed 84,000 pounds. Anything over
10
84,000, we have to permit.
10 ton on your steers, 7 ton on your trailer axle because it doesn't drive, 10 ton on your drives, and 8 ton on your trailer axles, but we've got 3.
Hey, what's
Yeah.
going on? You hear me all right, Brian?
Yeah, I got you, Mikey. What's going on, brother? You home yet?
No, I got my foot into it. An hour left. Just in and out of snow. Good times.
Yeah. Fuck.
I was on a bit of a nice road myself tonight. Right from the Quebec border, the Quebec City on the 20. All black ice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wide open there, and then you get the wind coming across and it blows it out, eh?
Yeah, I was doing about 70, and I had these the wheel speed sensors because they're getting wet and crap. So the traction control light came on the ABS, and the I forget the name of whatever track thing is on, and so I didn't have any traction control. Every time I hit the pedal, just zing. I was like, oh
Yeah.
wow, all right,
Well, you're empty.
good times.
You're empty, right?
Yeah, you goddamn right I am.
Yeah. That sucks balls.
So
And you have an automatic?
yeah, I do. Yeah.
That's why.
No. No. Don't listen to
That's
her.
why.
Hold on. I just want to answer this question, like Northern Girl Hobbies. Jen asked if shit hit the fan and you were at the scale and had to burn by it, would you to reach the outhouse? The answer to that, Jen, is yes. I have blown by the scale lights because I knew if I pulled into the scale, I would not have made it to the bathroom. So yes, I have done that. I don't make a habit of it, but yeah, I've bypassed scale lights.
Yeah. Well, a cop pulled me
Well,
over one
scared.
time because I was speeding because I needed the bathroom. And once he found out I needed the bathroom, he escorted me to the next exit, made sure I went to the bathroom. But he didn't give me a ticket though. But he saw me jumping around. I'm like I gotta go. And it's not like I can just go on the side of the truck or nothing like that, you know.
Yeah, I've done that. I was coming from Grimsby. Stuart will know Grimsby.
Yeah,
I was coming from Grimsby on M180, and I got a bubble in my stomach, and I'm thinking, whoa!
Oh no!
and it's like 30 miles to it's 30 miles to services before I could have a shite. So
yeah.
I pulled up on our shoulder, ran down banking, and did a massive Mr. Softy. And I'm sat there sweat. You know when you're sweating as well, because it's a bad one, and I'm like, oh, I'm sweating, and I'm pouring this Mr. Softy out. You know, like Mr. Softy ice cream when it curls up to cold.
Got a lot of poop stories tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Got a flake in the top too.
Yeah,
That's all.
but I'm thinking, I hope police don't come for.
Hey guys, stop shitting all over the place. Hey, stop shitting all over the place. It's smelling already.
I
You gotta watch what you're eating.
I got absolutely no problem whatsoever that if the worst comes to worst, because I will not shit my pants. I will not. If I have to pull my truck over right on I-81, as long as I can safely get my truck onto that shoulder and I'm safe and I'm not causing a problem and I'm not endangering anybody, you ask Mike. I got no problem. I have dropped my pants and hung on to my running board or my side step, and hung my ass over the fucking barricade. And toilet paper, baby. Toilet paper.
Ryan.
I've done it, and I will do it again.
Go for Mr. Softy.
Ryan.
Mr. Softy. Mr.
How,
Softy. Now,
how
don't get
many?
me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I take the toilet paper and back into the truck and bag it up and throw it away. No, it goes out down the side of the road, down the side of the bag too. I am littering, but I'm not. I don't care.
Welcome
How many
to
fucking
Poop
toilet
Night.
paper you need, man? You have like there are like 20 holes.
Welcome to
What's
trucking.
How many toilet paper you need? You have like 50 holes over there.
I got 24.
That's a good
24.
idea.
How many you need, man? Fuck, 24 toilet
I
paper.
got 24 rolls of toilet paper.
Well, you never know
You
what
are
could
like the
happen.
guy.
Like they say, shit happens.
Yeah, that's
Well,
it.
I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. How's that?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I am not, you know, I got no problem with it. If I gotta go, I gotta go. Now, I'm not saying this happens every day, right? You know, this is something that happens, you know, every couple of months or maybe a couple times a year.
Yeah, once a year or something, isn't it? Well, running down banking, I think that's only happened twice to me, and I've been driving 36 years.
Yeah, Sterling's got the whole. All us drivers have had blowouts on the shoulder.
It's
Yeah.
usually when I'm coming back up from Laredo or somewhere like that. And
I know I have.
You know, from like the little Mexican roach coaches, whatever you want to call them. You know,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
when I get it.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Well, the other thing I do, and everybody that works with me knows this, is I'm famous for wrapping your truck in toilet paper while you're sleeping, and then I fuck off in the morning and leave you there.
What the fuck? I'm never gonna fuck next to you.
One of my
I know.
fellow drivers that I know, like a friend of mine, or even if he's not a friend, as long as his name on his door is the same as mine, I'll take 3 rolls of 2-ply toilet paper and I'll wrap your truck up like a mummy.
A little trick we had.
I'll
A little
take a
trick.
picture of it. I'll take a picture of it and I'll send it to you, and then I'll fuck off and I'm gone by the time you wake up.
A little trick we had. You know, you get these guys that get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. What we used to do is we used to go down to Purfleet Mill in Purfleet, and we used to pick reels of paper up, and they used to be all tarped up. And the shunters had tarped 3 loads in the morning, and then everybody else that went down after that, if you weren't in the first 3 loads, you had to tarp it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this guy always used to get up at 2:30, 3 o'clock on the morning, down to get a load so he didn't have to tap it. So we wrapped a ratchet strap round his doors and took his airlines off.
Hey, Robert, you still go to Purfleet?
No, years ago,
Yeah,
down
my
in Purfleet
dad
Mill.
he used to haul for cobble freight, and we used to pull out of Purfleet, and we used to go to out to the steel mill in Ebervale.
All right.
Yeah, he used to go there all the time.
Yeah, you remember Purfleet Mill, the paper mill.
Yeah.
Hey,
We-
Stuart,
we-
next
Well,
time,
there.
next
We had
time I
a
go
guy.
through
had a
Nashville, I'll
guy
stop
here
and check you
telling-
out. All right.
We had a guy here tell us a story last night that when you're going across the ice, right? So you've got your stick in and you're holding your pedal. You're at 8 miles an hour. Well, you're not going fast, right? And all of a sudden you got to gurgle, your guts roll over, you got to drop. He says it's nice and easy. You open the door, drop your drawers, hang on to your bar, put one hand on the handrail bar, one hand on the steering wheel, just right off the truck, right off. He says it's not uncommon that while you're driving on the ice road, you'll be coming along and there's a big brown, like right there, somebody had to go, and you can't stop on the ice road. Like on the lake.
You're shite on it.
On the ice road. But on the lake, you cannot stop. So
What,
if you gotta
they're not-
drop a deuce, you gotta drop a deuce, right? So
But they're not potty trained up there, or what?
I don't know.
You got a shite, there.
Just try
think I'd-
try
I
not
think
try
I'd-
not to fall out of the
I'd take a
truck.
carrier bag with me, and
Yeah.
I think I'd have a carrier bag. I think I'd get a
Brian.
carrier bag, shove it round my ass.
See the truck going down the ice, and the guy's running after it with the pants around his ankles.
I wouldn't try and drop it on road. I'd shit into it back.
I'd just take the 5-gallon bucket and sit in the middle between the seats, holding the steering wheel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, let me give you guys some advice. Don't make yourself some hot wings and then go out on the road by yourself.
No.
Don't do that.
No.
Yeah.
Sean did that the other night. Okay, the first night we were here, we went out for dinner, and that was the night we met. That was the night we met Robin and Sandra. And Sean and I had wings, but I just had regular wings with barbecue sauce. Well, Sean had these, I don't know, ass-burning Chiquita.
Yep.
Next morning, right, we all get all trucked up, and we're getting halfway up the ice road, and all of a sudden the call comes across the radio. Hey, any of you guys want to grab a coffee before we get up onto the ice road? And we're like, no, we're good. He's like, no, I really want to stop. I need to stop. I want a coffee, right? And Jeremy's like, you need to shit, don't you? And he's like, uh-huh. He couldn't hold it. We pulled in. By the time Jeremy and I got backed in, Sean didn't even park his truck. He pulled his truck right across the nose of both Jeremy and I, and he started running for the shitter.
Yeah. Stay away
Yeah.
from hot wings. Trust me. I made some, and then I went to the desert.
Stay away from the enchiladas.
See that? Those are industrial baby wipes. Industrial.
For areas. You need to be industrial for your areas.
There's 12 wipes in that pack, and you only need 3 to give yourself a complete shower. Like my brother-in-law, he works for a pharmaceutical company. So he gets those for me. Those are the ones you only get those at the hospital, right? That's what they give sponge baths with.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use 3 wipes and use a whole. So I brought a whole case of them. I got a whole case of them, so I'm kind of covered in that way.
So they don't let
Right
you
on.
take pets up there?
They what?
They don't let you take pets, like a dog or something?
Sure, I don't see why you couldn't. Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. I was just asking.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
sure
that'd
they
be
would.
cool.
If you wanted to bring your Abigail with you, I don't think that'd be a problem.
Yeah, she has the coat for it.
I just wouldn't let her out of the truck on the Indian Reserve. They'd look at that like a snack.
I know.
Gone.
Brian's got pets with him. He's got Sean and Jeremy.
Have you seen a lot of?
exactly. Yeah.
Have you seen a lot of wildlife up there?
He's got a couple little dogs with him.
You know what? I haven't seen shit. The first day up on the road, the ice road, we saw a fox, but it was just a little red, just a little one. But all along the side of the road, you can actually see the moose tracks. You can see the moose tracks. You can see all of that stuff. And the deer tracks that have crossed the road because it's all in snow, right? So you can actually see all of that.
Yeah.
What?
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a
Is
cage?
that cab noise too loud, Brian?
No, I can hear. I just actually had to start my truck as well.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Do you have a cage in front of your truck?
No, I do not. I wish I did. I wish I had a small. I don't want the big moose bumper, but I wish I had the deer.
No, you want a moose bumper, mate, for ice road.
Well, you're right. And my next truck, if this is something that I choose to do, again and do some more, it's something I'll probably definitely invest in.
Yeah, them
Yeah.
big ones though, you'll give up half a mile to the gallon for. I mean, I put one on that 2012 Cascade, one of the herd.
No,
ones.
8 mile an hour. Sure, he's only doing 8 mile an hour.
Yeah, but okay. What's he fucking hitting at 8 miles an hour? If he hits something at 8 miles an hour, we got bigger issues than a fucking moose bumper.
Yeah. if you're hitting something at 8 miles an hour, it's because you just ran into the back of somebody else.
What is when he's hitting something? They're playing Chariots of Fire at the same time.
You can't stop. If it's a moose there, you can't stop. You might as well hook it up and carry it across the ice road.
Well, they're nice to have. I used to have one on my Kenworth. And
You grill 'em. having its
They're
own
nice at
stuff.
holiday time because they hold all the decorations.
Yeah, well,
Holiday time.
thank you for the $22, Sterling. Sterling just invested in a butt plug for me.
Nice.
I don't have to worry about shitting.
All right.
Well, carry a bucket. Carry a bucket. Not the
There's always
I never am going to do that on my track. Never.
That reminds me of that joke I told on James Best channel about the elephant.
there's always Depends undergarments. I mean, you can always have a box of those handy.
No.
No, not for me. Not for me.
No, we're not doing Depends. We're not doing anything like that. We're not doing. Oh, fucking Mikey, we just lost Mike. I'm not doing anything fucking funky like that. It's like if I have to shit, I get out of the truck. Unlike my wife, who took a dump in my truck, I refuse to do that. Okay? My wife, I don't care if Dar's gonna get mad. I don't care if she okay. We pulled into a steel mill. Okay?
You're on the shit list now.
So he's going to regret this in about 20 minutes, I'm sure.
Hold on. We pulled into a steel mill, okay, and Dar already had, and it was one of those ones where your passenger has to stay in the truck, right? You've got no choice. Like, Dodie, you know, because you load flatbed and you're in steel mills and everything like that, right? So I'm in this steel mill. And I'm trying to go as quick as possible, but the loading isn't going well. The guy's doing a shitty job, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I'm out loading the truck. It's fucking July. It is hot. I'm dying. Dar's in the truck, and I knew that she had to go to the bathroom, so I'm trying to go as fast as I can. And I get everything fucking done. Everything's cool. I come over. I jump into I open the driver's side door, and it's like, oh, right?
You about fell back out.
Hello.
Hold on. She comes down. She comes from between the seats, and she hands me a bag of shit. Right? She hands me a bag of shit. Right? So there I am. I'm all dirty. I'm gross. And I'm standing there with a bag of poo, right? And I'm like, the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Right? There's no garbage. There's no dumpster. There's a dumpster. The dumpster's like 200 yards, so I had to take this steaming bag of fucking shit and walk 200 yards across this steel plant. Everybody's looking at me, right?
The things you do for your loved ones.
And by the time I come back, she's all there. She's like, "Hi, I'm all good now." Yeah.
Well, see? It's the
I'll tell you a story. My mum went with my dad. Yeah, they were in France. My dad were in his truck. My mother went with him, and it was exactly the same thing. They were waiting for this load, and she needed a shit. So she's got this plastic bucket, and she diarrheaed into this bucket. And our steering wheels are on the other side, aren't they? Our steering wheels are on the other side of the truck.
Yeah.
So in France, this French security guard at this place is knocking on the door. So my mum opens the door, doesn't she? And his nose is level with He's looking on driver's side, we were passenger side. He opened the door, we're like, oh,
Okay, you win.
So my dad says, give me that bucket here. And he throws it out at cab. And he throws all this turd and it splats all on this wall.
Oh,
and then there's a big lump stuck out as well on the wall. There's a drive down a bit further. There's these guys plastering. There's these guys These guys plaster it wall. Playing some new.
That's too much. That's too
New
much.
plaster on the wall. I mean, that's the other. Never shock when they get to that hammer.
Hey,
How the fuck did we get to this? Oh my
No,
god.
we are here laughing, but if we are on Dar's side, we're gonna be doing the same.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
Cause fuck, she can't go anywhere.
I don't blame her. Like,
Well,
don't
this
get me
is
wrong,
what-
I wasn't mad. It was just when you open the truck door, right? It's fucking July, right? It's hot.
Yeah.
Right? You open that door and that smell just like oh, like this. It's like, oh. And she's laughing. She thinks it's hilarious.
Well, that's for all the times you probably fart underneath
Well,
the blankets while you guys were asleep.
It's just like Barry said, right? She hands me the bag. He says, "Here, honey, take care of this for me, darling." It's like, oh God, fuck, really? It's like, oh. But
Well, this is what I do. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've trained my body, like in the morning, when I get up, before I start, I go and use the bathroom. You know, number one, number two. I get that out of the way.
It's all right if you can. It's all
And
right.
I don't got to do it again until the next day.
Yeah, I go in the morning and let's say at night time before I sleep.
I usually set off and was down road. I'm like, I need to go.
well, I'm like,
sip the coffee.
It doesn't happen straight away.
I know from the time I have my first coffee, I got about 90 minutes.
I'm the same way.
So it doesn't matter if I have coffee at 7 in the morning, I got 90 minutes. If I have it at 10 in the morning, I got 90 minutes. It's from the coffee, from the first coffee. There's something in the coffee, the caffeine or something in the coffee that triggers
Yeah,
you.
That triggers you. Yeah.
Yeah, I could do 2 cups and then go in half an hour.
No, not me.
You just have to get up a bit earlier, whack 2 strong coffees down, then you can go to the toilet.
No.
I am on a routine. I'll leave the house and then, by the time I get the truck, I'm usually about Louisville. By the time I get to Louisville or Shepherdsville, that Loves in Shepherdsville, that's where I have to make a stop because the coffee's kicked in.
Well, I do the same thing. I get up in the morning, I'll have my coffee, and I've already planned that I know that I've got an hour and a half. So wherever the nearest truck stop is within an hour and a half, I know that's where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
So
I want to say something. Dar, I know you're probably listening. Good for you. Right on.
Yes, even she answered.
You know what impressed me more is it was just a plain little simple, like one of those little plastic grocery bags. She didn't miss the bag. She got it. Like, dude,
No, you just drop it down your bum. It's only like a 3-inch target, isn't it?
Well, yeah, we got good aim, you know that.
If I tried to
I don't know about you guys.
You drop it down your ass and shit, don't you?
You guys put it on the side of your truck and everything, like out the door. We have good aim. Good for you, Dar. Right on.
I used to load fishing line. And every morning I thought, I'm not going to get to that toilet. I've been up French wine.
And you know what the worst is? The fucking worst is, like I said, I know I've got 90 minutes, right? So I'll plan where I'm going, and then you get there, and you're doing the duck walk, right, across the parking lot because you don't want to shit your pants. And then you get in there, and every stall is full.
Yep.
And you're like, no.
Oh, I know. I've
right?
done that.
Now you're standing there like, la, 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 you're trying to lean against the wall. You got your hand like,
Yeah.
They can put cheeks against the wall to hold it in.
Starting to get
Be
muscle.
careful what you eat.
You're scrunching so tight.
Oh yeah, by the time you sit down, you got ass cramps because you've been clenching your ass so tight, right? Both your butt cheeks are sore from clenching. Yeah.
How many times I did it on the side of the fucking highway?
Dar's mom is in here. She just heard that story. That's beautiful.
Uh-oh, you're in trouble. You
You
got
are
the
in
shit
trouble
list
now,
now,
Brian.
Brian. That's for sure.
I'm not in
Brian,
trouble, Dar.
Brian, when you get home, you
Yep.
Yeah.
You're
If
on
I
the
had a
shit
dollar
list.
for every time somebody said that to me, I'd be a billionaire. Everybody, hold on, everybody. Today is Dar's mom's birthday, and she's in here tonight. So everybody, let's hear it.
Happy birthday.
Happy
happy
birthday to
Her
birthday,
name is
you.
What's her
Marie.
name?
Marie,
Marie.
Me. Yeah.
there you go.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
She's
Happy
70.
birthday, dear Dar's mom.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
Birthday to
Marie.
you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy 70 years old. Nice, that's nice.
Robert's the one with the guitar. He should be the one playing it here.
I don't know chords, mate.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday, Mom. I love you.
Now, let's see if I can do it.
We love you too. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Happy birthday to you.
You.
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday to
to
There
you.
you go.
Happy birthday, Darth Maul.
Happy birthday to you.
that happy birthday singing is boring, Robert. That would be like rock, like happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Who are you
I
singing
didn't
happy
know.
birthday
I
to?
didn't know the chords. I
Dar's
was
mom.
try and think it, like to think the music in my head to play them,
Yeah.
sing it.
Whose birthday is it?
It's
Dar's
my
mom.
mom's. It's Darlene's mom's.
Oh yeah, I saw that online. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Right on.
She looks better at 70 than I do at 53.
That's for sure, Brian.
No,
All that crazy
that
shit.
that woman is gonna outlive all of us. Just the
All that
epitome of
crazy
health,
shit
for
you
Christ's
do when
sake.
you're young catches up with you, Brian.
Yeah, well, it's catching up quickly. Yeah.
It
And
does.
it's
It does.
Dar's birth. When's Dar's birthday? Dar's is on Monday.
Oh, okay.
Dar's
On Monday.
It's on
Dar's
Monday.
turning 68.
Well, happy birthday,
Right.
Dar. If I don't see you then or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get a hold of you guys, but happy birthday, Dar. And Dar's mom. So,
Happy
Mine's on
birthday, Dar.
Mine's on the Friday. I booked it off. I'm taking the day.
What, this Friday? Your birthday's not this Friday coming. It's the following.
No,
isn't
next
it?
Friday. Yeah. Yeah.
all
Well,
right. Well, happy birthday
Yeah.
to you too.
thanks. I kind of forgot about it. Unfortunately, I actually booked it off because we're getting up there, with people, and it's a celebration of life for a friend of mine's wife passed, and then I thought, oh shit, that's my birthday, so I'm gonna go pay my respects. Then I'm going down to the pub for a beer, and I'm going home to make a shitload of ribs, and that'll be my day.
That's a damn good birthday.
That's what Johnny Ryder said. He said that sounds like a Mike Campbell day. Nice.
Yeah. And it's my daughter Brianna's birthday tomorrow. Like, this is killing us. February,
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Birthday
February's a
season.
murderous month.
And then it's
Yeah.
Valentine's Day coming up too.
Well,
When
Dar's
Don't
I was
forget
birthday-
that.
in February, 9
Dar's
months.
birthday is the day before
February.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Like, she's the 13th. Valentine's Day is 14th. So
September.
I have to show up every goddamn year because there's the birthday and then Valentine's Day. So
Yeah. Yeah. Amy's
Everybody's
family,
fucking June.
you're right.
Amy's family, and my family, we have a lot of February, March. It's like everyone was born in February and March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, ours
busy.
Ours are December and February. We've got, I think, 4 in December and 4 or 5 in February. So
Right,
Guys,
right.
September, July to September, our family.
yeah. It's funny how that goes. You go to any family and there's usually 2 particular months or at least 1 particular month where it's just everybody was born.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
August.
It's like the
Remember
dad
August.
was really in the mood that month.
I guess whatever the date was 9 months previous, I guess it's a popular time of year for that family. So
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dar says
mine-
there must have been a lot of spring boinking going on.
Yeah, mine's at the end of March, so.
Hey, Jen,
include me.
Jen, don't be giving Darlene any ideas about the bouquet of chickens because she wants chickens so bad. Right? It wouldn't surprise me if I come back off the ice road and there's another cat and 15 chickens in my fucking house.
hey,
I know what
you
chicken
want to
Yeah,
you want to hear a funny story, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny because I'm making fun of me, but I got this suit, this chemical suit from work. They didn't have one to fit me, so that I got this 5X tall, and it was really tight. And I blew the ass out of the overalls, and I popped all the buttons on the coat. So they had to special order a 6X tall in, and the lady says to my boss, like, I don't want to be rude, but we've never had to do this. Like, what the hell's going on with this guy? And Jeff says, well, it's not like he's 4'2" and weighs 900 pounds. He's just, he's this big dude. And he goes, just picture like an old retired football player or a WWF wrestler. You know when they get old and they stop working out? That's Mike. That's what he looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That eats a lot of beans.
How tall are you, Mike? You're 6'5"?
Yeah, 6'5", 350, yeah. I've lost 10 pounds.
They're a big dude.
Where did you
Yeah.
lose it?
I'm only 5 feet.
I lost it on the front, but I found it on my ass yesterday, so. Yeah, that's right.
Well, I wanted to tell you, Brian, I am extremely proud of you. Right on. I am right on.
Pretty awesome.
All you other guys, right on. I'm happy to have you guys as friends and everything. And I'm going to be taking off.
Barry, you can go fuck yourself with your chickens. Go keep your chickens. You can stick those chickens in your ass.
You heading out, Dottie? We'll see you later.
All right. We'll see you guys later. All right. And you be safe. All
right.
You too.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Uncomfortable silence, then we move on.
It's funny when Dodie leaves the chat. It takes about fucking 15 seconds to get out. It's just easier for me to go boink and just sorry.
I know. I've heard you say that before. You can't figure it out, Dottie? I'll kick you out. Goodbye. There you go.
Yeah, no problem. See you later.
That's right.
Jesus.
Yeah. So you were saying that picture of that truck, you had a video on there. You said the truck was worth $4 million. Did you say $400,000?
$415,000.
That triaxle Kenny.
That triaxle Kenworth is
Wow. So is that a company truck?
That one
was not a. That was an owner operator.
It's about £300,000.
But the company has four of them. Has four of the tri drives. And because what happens is the company, the guy that owns this company, he is pretty gracious. If you want to buy a truck, when he puts his order in for trucks, because he gets a huge discount, right? He's buying $8-9 million worth of trucks. So when he puts an order in, if you want one, he'll order another one. So let's say he's ordering 10. He'll order an 11th, and then he'll get the discount, and then you just buy it off of him, and that's what this guy did.
So if you were going to be that trucker up there, and you're always way up north, like I'm sure they do work all seasons, even though there's not ice roads. There's a lot of northern stuff they do. Is that typically the truck that you would want to have?
No.
Or do you need to have? Or
no, that's a specialty.
That's
a specialty. Mike, that Volvo I had, that white Volvo that I had, I had 46 rears, I had 14.6 steers, and it was double framed. That would have been perfect. That would have been perfect for working here.
Yeah.
Right?
That's like those Those Coronados we had at Van Hall, they would have been perfect.
Same thing, Mike.
Yeah, yeah.
With the exception of those tri drives, all of the other trucks here are just standard heavy spec trucks, right?
Okay, yeah.
Except for the front ends, the steer axles all got 20,000 pound steer axles in them.
When you say tri drives, are you saying all three axles are got a box on them, or is like the third one a lift axle?
No, all three have a drive axle. I have a box on them.
I bet that thing turns like horrible.
It's You need a football field to turn it around.
Yeah, it'd be like driving your tractor. I know we go into these yards at these paper mills, and some of them are less maintained. So I put on I lock the truck up, and even with the two axles locked, it turns like garbage. You know, I can't imagine.
Yeah. Hold on a second here. I'm just trying to turn my volume up.
I've had to be towed out twice in one of these mills. They're just messy.
Yeah.
Great big skidder comes over, it hooks on and pulls you 10 feet so you can get back on the road. It's just ridiculous. But
these tri-drives they got here, they're all W9s too. So it's not like even if they were just tandems, they still turn like shit anyway.
Yeah.
You put a tri-drive on the thing, and like there's probably 15 or 16 acres of the part of the yard that I'm in here, and you'd need probably most of it just to turn that around with a trailer on it.
what are they? What's the application for them? Are they just haul super heavy? Is that all that they just haul heavy?
They're
really?
All heavy. They're the ones where they've got the RGNs where it's got the truck, then the Jeep, then the carrier piece, then another Jeep, then the actual piece.
And the stinger.
Yeah. So and you're pulling like 250, 300,000 pound loads.
Wow.
Right.
That's something.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what a lot of the stuff that this company does. You know what's that show in Australia? Have you guys ever seen that show of those guys in Australia?
Oh, like the trains? The road trains,
they've got tuggers. They've got with this company. There's another on the other side of the building. There's two tractors that are set up that they can all of the company trucks here have a special great big hitch on the front of the bumper that a tugger truck will actually back into, hook onto, and two trucks will pull the load up a road, and then they can put another one on the back. So they've got 3 power units taking a load up a hill sometimes.
Wicked.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Mike, I've seen configurations of trailers up here that I've never seen before.
Really, eh?
Oh, they've got shit up here that if somebody said go out and hook up onto that trailer and get it ready to go, I'd be looking at it like a monkey doing a math problem, going like, where do you start? Like, where do you start?
Is it windy up there?
Right
like when
now,
you get on?
Not so bad. Not so bad today. Yesterday there was about a 20 mile an hour crosswind coming west to east, coming out of the west.
Yeah, I heard a good one there. The guy where I was up in New Brunswick, it's wide open at the mill there. He said the wind gets so bad up there sometimes you'd be doing a pre-trip with a flashlight, the wind will blow the light back in your face.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah. They had such bad wind 2 weeks ago that CP Rail, a bunch of dummies, they loaded 2 or 3 containers on top of a couple of empty containers.
Woo!
You know how they double stack the containers on the rail?
Yeah.
So they put 2 or 3 loaded ones on top of a couple of empty ones. The train was trucking down the track, and the wind was coming out of the north, and it was coming down hard enough. It blew the fucking cars, blew them right over. Right over. That's how hard the wind was blowing.
Wow.
Which genius did that, man? That's crazy.
Oh yeah, somebody lost their job for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh yeah,
no shit.
that's guaranteed.
Oh, I finally got dry roads. Woo!
IH guy, I will take some pictures of. There's one guy here, the owner operator. His name is Rick, and I'll get him to pull his truck out tomorrow, and I'll actually do. I'm going to ask him if he would mind if I do. I'll get all his specs and everything he's got, and the engine and his rears and his gears and all his shit, and I'm
Nice.
gonna do a short video tomorrow on one of these tri-drive trucks and what they're capable of and how they, you know, what the application is and what he uses it for and shit. So
Nice.
I'm already planning on doing that. So keep an eye
That's
out
cool.
for that. I'll have something like that for you in the next couple of days.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Man.
Yeah.
People to
Yeah, because you got Buddy there who has all the answers, right?
Yeah.
Neat. That's cool.
Yeah. Mike, do you
Well, I'm
have your
happy
window
for you,
down?
bud. That's cool. I just did for a second, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah, shitty. But all right, listen. Have a good time. Be safe. I gotta let you go. I gotta get off here and drop this trailer and get the hell home. So.
All right, buddy. Be good.
Yeah, be safe and I'm proud of you, man. This is really cool shit. I'm glad you're doing it. It's awesome.
Thanks, Pally. Appreciate it.
Okay. Take care,
See you,
folks.
Mike.
Talk to you
See
later.
you,
All
Mike.
right.
All right. Love
Bye.
you, Mike.
See you,
Love you,
Paul.
buddy. Take care, man. Bye.
Bye.
See you.
Don't worry about it, Mike. I'll throw you out.
Yeah.
There we go. I thought I was the illiterate one when it came to computers. Fuck, you guys are as bad as I am.
Yeah, but all
You all
shit.
know-
Truck
You all
drivers.
know how to push the button to get in here, but you can't get back out.
Umberto seems to know more than I think he's more clued up on technology than we are.
Oh yeah, dude. I had to do something with my phone today. I didn't know how to do it. I had to give it to Sean because he's much younger than me, right? I just handed him my phone and I said, "Here, fix this for me." I don't know how to do it.
I don't know.
I'm
I
terrible.
don't know much about. I was pretty clued up when it all first came out. You know, when we had Windows DOS.
Yeah. Wow. Everything that I have, like all of my iPads, my computer, all of my shit, Dar has to set it all up for me, and all I have to do is turn it on. Because if I had to set any of this up, I'd be screwed. I really would. I wouldn't. I'm not built that way. Like to figure that shit out. Right? If it's got an off and an on button, I'm good. I can do that. Like my TV remote, got you covered, man. I'm good. But if I got to go in and like start fucking around with settings on a computer or say my phone or an iPad, I'm lost. I end up going in and I end up screwing it up worse than it is, right? Like I'll end up moving shit or doing something and then I don't know how to fix that. So it's just easier to hand it to one of my kids and say, "This is what I need you to do," and they just do it for me. So
Hey, Robert. Robert,
Yeah.
sometime next month we have to have a coffee, yeah?
We have to have what?
Sometime next month we have to have a coffee.
No, beer.
No, I'm serious. Oh, beer is better. I'm going vacation. I was supposed to go this month, but I'm going just next month.
Right. Okay.
Where are you now? Where do you live exactly?
Yorkshire.
Sorry, say again?
Yorkshire, near Leeds, Pontefract, near Leeds.
Ah, near Leeds. So you are like way north of London.
Oh, yeah, loads way north. 250 miles.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Like a 3-hour drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to land. I'm going to land in Heathrow Airport.
Oh, yeah.
are you going there as a vacation or are you going there to visit somebody?
I'm going there for a vacation and for my mom.
Oh, okay. Because I wouldn't, unless I'm visiting somebody, I wouldn't be going to England. There's 100,000
No,
other
I'm
places
not
other than
going
England
there.
I want to go.
No, I'm not going there. Just no, because I have my mom over there. I'm going.
If I'm craving
I don't
Yorkshire
even
pudding
care
or
about my
something, then I'll go
brothers.
to fucking England. But
I don't
Best
even
place
care
on
about my
earth.
brothers. Only my mom.
yeah,
Best place
I don't-
on earth is England. God's own county, Yorkshire.
the only reason I would go to England would be to visit Robert. That's the
I wouldn't
only
even,
reason I would ever go to
fucking
England.
do that.
Fucking Southerners.
Oh, Brian is gone.
Actually, you're right. I don't even need to do that. Fuck, I can do that here. I can visit him here. Yeah. I don't, you guys, you know what? I don't know what's going on, but I'm losing my signal for some fucking reason. So I'm gonna shut this down here.
All right.
I don't want to start fucking around with, you know, it going off and on and off and on, but you guys keep freezing on my screen and I just got a flash. The whole thing just shut down and came back up again. So
Yeah, I saw that. You are freezing a lot.
what's that?
So it's that cold weather fucking with shit.
Well, yeah, minus 31, I guess so.
Minus 31. I've never been in minus 31.
I'll catch you later.
Thanks, Stuart. Talk to you later,
Later,
brother.
guys. Robert.
Yeah. Are we all signing out?
Yeah, I'm getting out of here, guys.
Right. I'll see you all.
Bye.
Cheers,
Guys,
Robert.
see you all there.
All
Be
the
safe.
best
Always a
on the ice
pleasure, buddy.
road. And stay safe, brother.
Be safe,
Thank
Brian.
you, sir. Woo! They gone. All right, so. Oh. Time to go to bed. But Jesus Christ, we talked a lot. My mouth is sore. My voice is shot. Can't believe I talked that much. Dodie, thank you. I love you. Robin, take it easy. You guys have a good night. Ken, thanks for popping in. Sorry, guys, I didn't pay too much attention to the chats once everybody started talking here. I was trying to talk and keep an eye on some of the stuff that was going on, but everybody that came in tonight, thanks a lot. Everybody that was chatting away, thanks a lot. Everybody that sent your best wishes, thank you. I appreciate it. And you know what? I'll try Monday, Tuesday. I'll probably be going up there probably Tuesday or Wednesday. So if I can bang off another live, and I'll probably try to get some more footage. I'm trying to get as much footage as I can before I go, and we'll get some other shit out there so you guys can see what we're doing. So with that, man, I'm going to say thanks, and everybody be safe, be warm. Hopefully you're making money. Everybody call your wives or husbands, say goodnight, say I love you, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye-bye.